Striking Scorpion 82 is sponsored by three great games: Warhammer Combat Cards, a card game featuring your favourite miniatures from the 40k universe; Knighthood, a role-playing turn-based game where players control a warrior, fight through levels to gain armour, weapons and loot; and finally Honkai Star Rail version 1.2, a space fantasy RPG where players experience the galaxy's infinite wonders, filled with adventure and discovery. All three games are free to download and play, with links in the video description below. Begin your adventure now and enjoy the games. Right, welcome to this Apocalypse battle. The first 10th edition game of Apocalypse we've done, so why not go back to one of our favourites, which is Astra Militarum versus Tyranids. So I'm going to take command of the Tyranids here. It's around about 8,500 points, 9,000 points roughly for the Tyranids. James is outnumbered, but is not outgunned, I don't think. So, 10th edition, also the debut for the brand new Tyranids Codex, the first codex for 10th edition. So I'm going to try out one of the new detachments rules here in this game.
It's not Space Marines.
It's Tyranids leading the way, yeah. So we'll see how well they get on. So before I run through the Tyranid lists, just to shout out the Patreons, the different levels. So gold level Patreons, big thank you to them. They get a Patronic dice to use at some critical point during the game. It's all of our battle reports, including Apocalypse. And then we call out their names as their dice is required during the game. Silver level patrons, I'll give them a name shout out at the end of the battle. And you can check out the end credits for all those supporting, including those at bronze. So really, in no particular order, I'll run through what we have here for the Tyranids. So you can start with a small fry here, first of all. So Hormagaunts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squads of 20. What nice, lots of massed beasties here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of Gaunts, squads of 20. 2 squads of 6 Ravener swarms here, or Ravener squads. The Swarm Lord himself, the Decapitator, is here. 3 Tyrant Guard to go with him, to act as bodyguard. Plenty of Tyranid warriors in this game. 4 squads of 6. 1 close combat, melee close combat option, and then 3 lots of the shooty variants. I've got 12 Carnifexes, all running as lone individuals, all the way across here, various loadouts for them. This is a Hive Tyrant. It's an older model. It's actually in lead, weighs a ton, but we're going to run him in this game. Oh, there is some Space Marines in this game, James. Look, there's one here on the base. Doesn't look very happy.
I'm insulted!
He's triggered already.
No!
So, 1 Hive Tyrant. Hive Crone. Toxicrene. Hardly see this in game, so we're going to run it here. As Tervagon. And then running along the back, 2 Tyrannifexes with Rupture Cannons, an Exocrine, 2 Winged Hive Tyrants, 2 Triagons, and then a Morlock being taken as well. So that's the list for the Tyranids. They are numerous. We've got some special rules for them as well. A bit of recycling is going to go on in quite a big way here in this battle. So for this game, I'm going to run a different detachment. So they're all going to fall under the banner of Crusher Stampede. It's one of the new detachments here for the new Tyranids Codex. So the main role for them, each time a Tyranid monster model from your army makes an attack, add 1 to the hit roll if that model's unit is below its starting strength. So I believe that's going to count for like wounds, you know, if you've lost a wound on a monster. And then add 1 to the wound roll as well if that model's unit is below half strength, so less than half of your wounds remaining. I think that's the way we're going to play it. If you're a monster, or if you've got less than half of your starting squad number for a unit. So there'll be some. It's in the new rules. There's new stratagems for use in this game as well. So that's the list for the Tyranids. We'll take a look now and see what James has in his Astra Militarum force. So 5,000 points. James is outnumbered.
We're always outnumbered.
James has faith in the defence line. You'll see it in a moment. And he's got plenty of guns. He reckons he can hold the line here of around about 5,000 points of Astra Militarum. Loads of infantry to man the barricades and to feed the Tyranids. Lots of vehicles and super heavies galore as well. And a debut for the Rogal Dawn.
On your channel, yes.
On the channel. And James has painted up, and what a job he's done. I mean, it's just fantastic. So very excited to see that. Some old relics coming out as well. What's this, the Macarius Vanquisher?
It is the Macarius Vanquisher.
And what is this?
That is the Siges Tank Destroyer.
Chance to run the rarer stuff in games.
I have
Look
two
at
more
that
of
for
those,
me.
by the way.
Do you? You do? Oh,
They're out of production. But
yeah.
we have them. Just need to paint them.
Cool.
Sometime.
Well, let James run for his list.
Right, so this is roughly 5,000 points of the glorious 18th Canadian Army Group that is present in this particular fight. So starting off with the Warlord, we have the Castellan, represented with the Warlord coin.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, that's right. So that's Games Workshop coin there.
It's all in rubble.
I know.
Oh, because your planet got split in half.
Yeah.
Carry on.
That needs to be a little bit level like that.
Okay.
Anyway, so we have the Castellan. He is equipped with a power sword. And then next to him, we have a Primaris Psyker for that. We have a Ministorum Priest. Everything you see here is all WYSIWYG. We have 3 Commissars, keeping an eye on the discipline in amongst the troops. And then we have the Regimental Commander. So Dylan Moore is in command of this command squad here. And then we have second in command, we have the Lieutenant Colonel, and that's Sam Hermes. Yeah,
James is going through some of the Phoenix Lords and Autarchs that are on the channel. I've given some of the Imperial players over to James. So Sam Hermes is one of the Autarchs here for the channel with the command squad. Dylan Moore on him. What rank is he? Who is that guy?
So he's a Colonel.
Colonel. All right, Colonel Moore.
Colonel Moore. But then there's a Lieutenant Colonel, but the insignia is the same. But
Lieutenant Colonel Hermes?
Lieutenant Colonel Hermes.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. And then we got Regimental Advisors, a unit of those. We have a Regimental Engineer, keeping an eye on the vehicles. He's a lone operative, so he'll work independently along with the servitors as well. 2 Chimeras to transport the command party. And then we've got 3 units of 10 Cadian Shock Troopers. So just to clarify that, each one of those squads is equipped with a melter gun and a plasma gun, a Voxcaster, and a las guns. And then the Master Sergeant has got a bolt pistol. The rest of the sergeants have got las pistols. So the honourable shout out for the Cadian Shock Troopers are, we have Sergeant Donald Hammer, then we have Specialist Guardsman Ryan Woolley, we have Specialist Guardsman Matthew Reck, and then we have Guardsman Second Class Nathan, and then we have Cadian Sergeant Steele Shay Strait, and then we have, who's he?
Kieran Dix.
Kieran Dix.
On the melter gun?
On the melter gun, yeah.
Okay. Laurie Turner.
Yeah, he's joined the channel.
Katachan Fang. He's just a regular guardsman with a las gun.
Yeah, regular guardsman with a las gun.
Respect for the guardsman with the las gun.
Master Sergeant Cross.
A lot of bravery going to be...
pistol.
All right, Sergeant Cross. A lot of bravery going to be required in this game. Anthony Leach,
yeah.
on a melter gun.
On the melter gun.
This is the Apocalypse. We call out individual models.
I know.
Oh dear.
Phil Marshall.
Oh, Phil Marshall's on a plasma gun.
Yeah, plasma gun. Now he's a new member. He's just joined.
Belgian nerd.
Belgian nerd.
Kneeling.
He's kneeling as well. Yeah.
With his las gun.
With his las gun. What a
Hoorah.
debut. Debut for the Apocalypse. And then we have a unit of Rattlings. And then we have Daniel Baker, who's in command of the entire Ogrin squad. Mm-hmm. And then we have infantry squads. I've done them so they are a full unit of 20.
What? You can do that? Mm-hmm. No.
Yep.
Oh, whatever. Okay.
You can do it now with infantry squads. So, so how I've done it narratively, second in command will just be a corporal. The rest will be the sergeants.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So then we have here Sergeant Nastro. And then we have just the corporal there, but he's got the sergeant.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, Mr. Egg Sauce.
Mr. Egg Sauce is still here.
He's still faithful with his plasma gun.
His plasma gun. Has it ever actually fired? Has it rolled a 1 every time?
It's rolled a 1 every time. Then we have... who's that? Ben Harris?
Yeah, it's James just put him on to Sergeant Harris, but he's going to run... I think the squad leader for this entire squad of 20.
So each one of these 20-man squads has got an autocannon, and then one of each has got heavy bolter, missile launcher, and a las cannon.
What are you doing? What is this on your base? A broken pulse rifle?
Pulse rifle.
You hate the town, don't you, James? Okay.
Hate. And then we've got another anonymous 20-man squad of infantry squad there. Now, for here, I thought I must get them out for Apocalypse. The White Shields. They are retired,
conscripts.
But they are legendary. Don't trigger me if they are White Shields. So those that join the lower tiers, the very lowest tier in Apocalypse games, they'll get their name shouted out. Jesse Patton, and then we have Harrison Leach.
Okay.
So even if you're supporting the lowest tier, you'll get your name shouted out in Apocalypse games. So White Shields will have BS of 5+ and 1 less leadership. Just to keep things simple.
Love these, James. These are so cool.
Yeah, those are the field ordnance guns.
Beautiful. They're amazing sculpts from Games Workshop. Really good.
We have the field ordnance batteries there. Those are the mini basilisks, earth shakers. And then we've got one of each of the heavy weapons squads of mortars, missile launchers, las cannons, and autocannons and heavy bolters.
Tanks, James.
Tanks, yes. So Paul David Gray is in command of the tank squadron today. All you see is all WYSIWYGs. He's got the tank commander, hunter killer missile, sponsor and heavy bolters, hull mounted las cannon. All the same for the Liam Russes there. They're just regular Liam Russes. Shout out for them is Sam Hermes, Marcus Fraze, and then we have Henrik Pearson, also known as the Little Tank. Very befitting. And then we have a unit of basilisks over there, battery of 3 of them.
Cool.
Love the basilisks. And then we have Michael Fryer.
Yeah, one of the Phoenix Swords. We put him onto this.
Put him onto the Saige's tank destroyer today. And then Maxfield Knuckles is going to do the honourable duty of taking command of the Rogel Dawn battle tank.
It is glorious. It's incredible. The sculpt is amazing. And then James has gone for
it's all
real
fully
detail.
magnetised as well, including the sponsons.
Wow.
And if you think that I'm lying, I'm not.
Oh, so it's magnetised, you can't even tell?
Yep.
Huh.
The tricks of magnets. It just goes in there like that.
Okay.
That can come off as well.
If you've got more Astra Militarum battles, by the way, and Astra Militarum goodness, then the link is in the video description for James's channel.
Thank you, brother. Very kind of you. Let us proceed by continuing on with the glory that'll be waiting.
It is. It's James will revel in this because everything's intact, standing, and in good order. But once the battle starts and the carnage begins.
It is toughness 12 as well.
Yeah, very tough. Okay.
It is pretty good.
So this has come out of storage.
It has, yes. I do have the rules for it right here. So if you want to know what the primary weapon does now, it's the Macarius Twin Vanquisher Cannon. It's range 72, 1 attack, BS 4+, but it's strength 18,
God.
AP -4, D6 +6 damage.
Oh, it's like a railgun.
Yeah, it's pretty
Nice.
nasty. It's toughness 13 as well. With 2
Toughness
save.
13.
Yeah. It's kind of like on the borderline of heavy, super heavy.
Cool.
And then we have, of course, we have the Bane Blades. We have one of them being the Command Bane Blade, and that's commanded by Winston Adkins. He is now a general of the army group. He has been promoted. He's got 4 stars to his collar.
Is that him? Is that him himself?
He's just a major, but overall, he's in command of an entire group, actually. So, yeah, he's a very, very loyal supporter of the army group. And then, so his tank is equipped with quad las cannons and quad twin heavy bolters. Actually, 5 heavy bolters, technically.
5 twin heavy bolters, yeah.
Demolisher cannon, heavy stubber as well. Everything's all WYSIWYG for there. And then we've got a regular Bane Blade with just 2 las cannons and twin heavy bolters. And then over here we have a Hydra. Oh, that's commanded by... who's that?
Field Marshal Valhallan, or Valhallan Field Marshal Robert. Die-hard Imperial player for the Valhallans.
Well, we'll take command
and
of the Bane Blade.
a commander of the Imperial Fists.
Yes!
No treachery of him, James.
Excellent.
He is 100% loyal to the Emperor.
Yes. And then we have a Hydra, and then we have a Wyvern in support. And now this model here, the Valkyrie, you're probably thinking, it's just a Valkyrie. Well, I've done some modifications, so at long last it's fully magnetised. And the paint job is a little bit different on the bottom. It's now sky blue colour. So it blends in like it would do with the...
Oh, that's so cool. James
is
is
fully magnetised.
And you've taken this kind of colour scheme from your Aeronautica collection.
Which is currently on the painting desk.
Oh. Nice, beautiful.
If you want to see more pics of that, do check out the Discord page for sneak peeks.
Yeah, James and I share the Discord, so if you're a channel member, we're all on this. James is sharing his Imperial stuff on
I'm doing
Discord.
them all. I'm doing it all at the same time. I want to get them all done, so you'll hopefully see about 30 aircraft.
Aeronautica.
And that's of course magnetised, because I am like that. There you go. Slot in there. Lovely. So it is equipped with a las cannon, 2 heavy bolters, because that's underneath the door as well. And I'm going to try out the rocket pods. I haven't tried them for years. Yep. Now that it's fully customised, I can do that.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I think that there... I've been a bit quiet today because my planet is about to be overrun. We have to be cool, calm and collective.
No, it's a different
We're quite
approach.
a conservative.
So he's not going to be loud
here.
today.
So I'm going to make most of my last rites. The Emperor bless and protect this army. Glory to Cadia! Cadia stands!
Oh no. It's a cry of desperation here. James feels the weight of this battle, as any Imperial player would when faced with a Tyranid monstrous swarm. Unstoppable or not. We shall see if James can hold the line against such reckless hate.
Before I forget, I've got to do honourable shout out to my fellow elite members on my Patreon page. So we have Marcus Fraze, Winston Adkins, Maxfield Knuckles, Hendrik Pearson, CJ Velasco, Chris Comiskey, Sam Hermes, Daniel Baker, Paul David Gray and Marshall Cummings. Big thank you for your support, and especially for those as well in the lower tiers, and for all those who have free-viewed subscribed as well.
So that's the list for both sides. Just across here for the Tyranids, a couple of Autarchs and then some Phoenix Swords. We'll call those out. So JP onto the Morlock, Ben Shaw and BPP Wargaming onto the 2 Trigons, Lucas Brown to the Exocrine, the 2 Tyrannifexes, Gut B and Longbow BB, Amy Almo onto the Shooty Carnifex here, Ray Cross onto Big Mama, the Tervagon, Paint Licker's Paint Pot. I thought very appropriate here for the tendrils there coming out of its mouth. So Paint Licker's Paint Pot on that one. Vagabond's going to go on to the lead, the real heavy Hive Tyrant here in this game. And then a couple of squad leaders with Autarchs. Itai Miara onto the close combat warriors, and then a shooter unit of warriors with midnight miniatures. So that's the lists for both sides, ripping and raring to go. We'll take a look at scenario and deployment next. Alright, so we've got a custom mission here, as we usually adapt things around just to fit the narrative and the theme going on for our Apocalypse battles. A few house rules we're going to use for the armies. So, as far as command points go, you're going to get them at the start of each of the command phases, but we're going to up it to 3 command points each per command phase. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. When you play Apocalypse, you can sort of work together as a team and figure out some rules that are fair here. So, as you can see, James has to protect a long battle line here against the Tyranid invasion. So, logically, I'm sure you can tell, the Tyranids are going to come on from this board edge. They're going to burst onto the scene. So,
How predictable!
So you can imagine that a horde of Tyranids stretching back for miles. And then they're going to start coming into range immediately, coming onto the board, and James is going to have to defend himself. There's 3 layers of defense. Defense layer number 1 has fallen. It's been shattered by relentless Tyranid assaults coming through. James will try and hold, this is his deployment line, line 2, which has been pummeled here by bio artillery from the Tyranids, and then there is a 3rd line. It's a raised defence system there at the back that James can use for his defence as well. If the Tyranids break into that, then surely it's all over. So this is a classic fight. It's like one of the first Apocalypse games that we did on the channel years ago. Tyranids against Astra Militarum, a similar kind of game. So, James, how do you feel about this? I mean, honestly. Doomed?
No, not really.
He's downtrodden already.
The thing is, the subordinate commanders are like, oh, here we go again.
This fits perfect, James. You're battle weary already, which represents the game. You can imagine the Tyranids have been hurling themselves against this defence. They've broken line number 1. Line number 2, dubious as to that can hold. And then number 3, if the Tyranids get through there, then James, it's all over. You must have faith in your guns,
You've
James.
just reminded me about something, brother.
Yes.
Right. We are using the rules for pillboxes. So there used to be the same toughness equivalent to a lean Russ. So they're going to be toughness 11 with 10 wounds.
Yeah.
With a 2-up save.
Ooh.
Okay. Now the plasma obliterator over here is going to have 20 wounds, toughness 11, 2-up save. So
It's fine. We were discussing the rules. So James is outnumbered on points, but he will get full use of all the defensive stuff that you can see. So that's going to include the flak guns, the defense laser, the turret, the defensive lines across here, the bunkers, everything that you see, James will make use of in this game. So that's going to give him a nice boost.
These will count as Aegis defense lines.
Yeah.
So you'll get also, but I've got the card for it and everything like that.
Fine. Okay. Rules are ready for the defensive equipment across the board and the emplacements and so on. And then also the Tyranids just don't have much cover at all, which is a nice open killing ground for James's firepower. So in this battle, or maybe I'll go around to the other side, there's 6 objectives in this game. They need to be held until the end of the battle, and they get 5 points per objective that is held. So along the second line, there's 3. 1 here in this crater, 1 here in the middle, and then 1 just across here on this right-hand side. Then the 3rd line of defence, there's 1 just in here, so it's a nice enclosed area. See if James can hold each of these 3. There's this, which is an abandoned building. It's all been sealed up. Not used, but James can make use of the platform on top and then come around here, the left-hand defensive layer across here. There is the 6th objective just stationed in there. So for the Tyranids to win, yes, they've got to kill the guard, but they've got to break through, they've got to smash through the Imperial line.
Sorry, I just thought of it like that. It's just...
James has been watching footage from the Space Marine computer game.
Space Marine 2.
Space Marine 2. There's no Space Marines here, James.
I know. But the cinematic...
Unless there is, yes, hidden reinforcements for James. I've been hiding them for him. Look. See?
Insult me! Oh!
You can make use of those reinforcements, James. Half of a Space Marine sergeant.
He performed his duty.
Half a Space Marine sergeant, and the Tyranid monster that ate him spat out the other half.
You disgust me.
The taunting has begun, but I think James is intimidated already. So there's a few other bits, and then we're going to deploy here. So Tyranids are not going to deploy. They're just going to come on turn 1 straight away. James can deploy up to the halfway line across the board, as mentioned already. And then we're going to recycle stuff. So Tyranid units, including monsters, will be recycled on a 5+. Anything that's destroyed will come back on a 5+. And to be fair...
Except for your Swarm Lord, because there's only one of them.
Fine. Well, fair enough. Fair enough, apart from the Swarm Lord. But everything else could be recycled. And then for James can recycle his units as well, but he'll need 6s. Because I reckon it's fair that the Astra Militarum will be filtering reinforcements through to plug gaps and so on. So some games we play, we don't give any extra reinforcements, but we'll say on 6s, James can get some stuff back. So nice treats can arrive from the back lines. But if you can imagine, Imperial defense line, perhaps stretching for miles, Tyranids probing, trying to break through at different points on the board. The Tyranids think they can break through here. James hopes he can hold, and then Tyranids just sending in this never-ending swarm. It's not going to stop. Once the Tyranids attack, it will not stop until they're either wiped out, unlikely, or they achieve their breakthrough. So we'll go on to deployment now. We'll let James man the defences with his units. Right, so James setting out his models at the moment. Our Apocalypse battles, a fair bit of effort goes into those. We really enjoy putting them together. We'll focus on narrative and fun for these games. I think you have to for this kind of scale game. We would ask you a favour. If you enjoy our Apocalypse games, you want to see more, then do hit the thumbs up. It's a massive help for the video and the channel. Make sure you're subscribed as well. And then just drop us a comment in the comment section. It really does help the video. It means it fires us on to do more Apocalypse games. Have more planned for 10th edition. Right, so I mentioned the battle mat and terrain that you're using in this game. So battle mat is from GameMat.eu. It's one of the urban battle mats. 6x4 in size. So we've run all the way across to here and then connected a second mat together. The roads join up really nice. And we just put some craters across the edge, and then it runs out to the edge there. And then we put another mat running across just to cover that over. So it gives us about 8 feet wide here for this Apocalypse game. Nice width here for this Imperial Defence game. Also using some terrain from GameMat.eu. So we've raised these defensive systems here, and then we've edged them with the wall set that GameMat.eu have produced. All of these are individual sections here, which you can then join together. So I've done it on that section across there, and then over in that corner I've done the same thing. So you can check out GameMat.eu, which supplies of battle mats, and then pre-painted terrain sets available from them as well. Link in the video description below, along with a discount code. Alright, so deployment is done for the Astra Militarum. James, surely you're encouraged now, once more into the breach, dear friends, to hurl themselves against the Tyranids, to stand like a bulwark in defence of the Emperor. We'll let James run through what he has here, or run through his deployment, how he's dispositioned his defence. So, starting from right to left, conscript, been joined by Commissar. They're manning...
Stop calling them conscripts! They are white shields!
White shields holding the line at the front. Basilisks going to lower their guns and fire directly into the enemy. So 3 of those across there.
They did use that in desperation.
Love the crew. Look at the crew loading shells as fast as they hurry past me. Shells, Ben, quickly. Can you imagine? The Becarius Vanquisher sheltering behind. The Wyvern. Artillery pieces up here. James likes these higher defensive blocks across here. And then look at these. Are these Forge World?
Yep.
Discontinued.
Discontinued.
Inside each is heavy weapons team. Running across here. Wyvern Psyker. Wyvern Psyker?
No, Primaris Psyker.
Primaris Psyker.
Wyvern Psykers no longer exist.
Oh.
They're gone.
Inside here, James has placed 2 Shock Trooper squads. It's got a capacity of 20.
Has 10 fire points and 20 can fit.
Fine. So...
That will count as that will count as the Macarius Omega for firing.
That's fine. If James knows the rules, we'll go with it. That's fine. Heavy weapons team, autocannons. Sam Hermes in charge of this sector.
Lieutenant Colonel.
So he's in charge.
To you, boy.
So he's in charge of the right-hand sector. Okay. Chimera is running empty. James reckons he's going to put the Ogrins inside, sheltering just behind. There's a Russ here, Marcus Fraser. We'll call these out by name, some of them, just so that they can follow themselves around the battlefield. Sam Hermes here at the front. Then Winston Adkins.
Yep. General Adkins to you.
James has put the Rogue Dawn at the back because he doesn't want the debut model syndrome thing happening where it gets taken out. So it will take part in this game, but James has put it here at the back.
Knuckles.
And he's also put the Tech Marine next to it.
Regimental engines here. Call them by their proper name, Roy.
Then across here, the overall commander.
The Castellan.
Okay, he's in command of the whole defence. He's going to take shelter in the middle. Receiving advice and radio transmission.
Voxcast.
From High Command. Heavy weapons teams on each flank here as well. So at the windows is the missile team. Las cannon team set up across here. The Valkyrie's getting ready to move out. Then we've got the tank hunter with a nice firing position
tank destroyer
across this way. Second Baneblade, commanded by Robert. This is the second raised defensive block here on the left-hand side. The commander more in charge of that, with the banner fluttering in the wind. Yeah, look at that, cool autocannon team. So guardsman teams running across here. There's another one with a heavy bolter team. Have you put posters on the inside walls?
Yep.
Bring out the propaganda.
Propaganda posters. Oh dear. Russ is running across here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So Henrik Persson right on the left-hand side. Paul David Graves this one. Chimera, empty Chimera. White Shields running across here. And then White Shields been joined by a Commissar as well. Valkyrie.
Chris Comiskey.
Oh, it's in command, right? That's a bit of air support available. There they are, the Ratlings. Look at them.
Yep.
In position up here. Nice, just at the abandoned factory. And then infantry squads running across here. I think that's James's defence done. There's no reserves at all. Everything he has is on the board or inside vehicles or cowering inside bunkers of some description. All guns are pointing in one direction, James, this way, as they await the Tyranid onslaught. So there is no roll for initiative in this one. We know the Tyranids are going first. This is 10th edition. James can overwatch with a unit. He'll pick and choose carefully with that one. So James might get a bit of snap fire going on here against one of these Tyranid targets. And overwatch could be pretty good. You've got Baneblades on the board, bristling with guns. So
It has the fortification keyword.
what does?
The Aegis defence line. So you have to get into close combat to kill them. Actual whole, if you try to breach the whole defence system,
Okay.
it's got 12 wounds.
All right, okay. So yeah, it's not an enclosed thing, so I can still shoot at the infantry, but to destroy the defensive line, yeah, interesting. Okay, James has got the updated 10th edition rules for that. He's carefully reading over and over again all the defensive stuff that
I love it.
he loves it. I think he's nervous. We'll go on to the first turn of the game. Anything to say before Tyranids break across this line, James?
What do you think I'm going to say? What's the famous Cadian motto?
Oh.
Cadia stands!
All right, we're just interrupting movement here. I had a lot of fun putting 12 carnifexes on the board. Just one after the other. I've strung them out all the way across the table. Well, mostly I put the 3 shooty ones here with the crushing claws over on this side. Amy Elmo can be in charge of those. These are my CP.
I've got 2 left now.
Yeah, okay. James has spent one on Overwatch. Here with the arrival of the longbow BB Tyrannifex. James is going to try and gun it down. Hive Tyrants come on, just a regular move, because this one can shoot. That's the Vagabond Hive Tyrant. And then Carnifexes for close combat, rolling a number of 6s and 5s, making some pretty good progress up the board. 14 inches in total with ones that rolled 6s, which is up in this direction. So one here, moved on 8 with this one for shooting, and then advancing here. 2 6s being rolled with these 2. So that's just 14 inches. Look how close they are to the Imperial Guard, second line already. Shooty one across here. Roll well for this one. There's a second Tyrannifex with a Gut B Tyrannifex over on this flank. So monsters arriving here, but James just interrupting my movement here with a bit of Overwatch. James will get the first shot in. He's picking up dice, checking rolls, loading shells, and preparing to gun down a monster. So is that Baneblade across there? Is that Adkins about to kick things off?
General Atkins.
Fire on my command.
Fire! Loading the shell.
This is number of shots.
10 shots.
10 shots. Looking for 6s. 10 shots.
Yep, 10 shots incoming. I need 6s, don't I?
James's mood has improved. He's happy. So looking for 6s. This is an important roll 2.
Yep.
Okay, it's a bit above average.
Strength is 12.
Toughness is 12, James.
4s to wound.
4s to wound.
Now, it is
Tyrannifex is tough.
Overwatch, so it's not auto wounding, even though I stood still.
Right.
So it's just 4s to wound. Oh
no. Bounce off the tough chitinous hide. Yeah, you do get it. Yeah, no, we've checked the rules. Because you rolled 6s to hit. They count as lethal hits. Mm-hmm. So you've wounded twice. Fine. All right, then what happens now?
2 auto wounds.
Fine. And AP minus?
AP minus of 2.
2 up, 3 up, 4. I've got 2 4-up saves to try and block this. Okay. Blocked 1.
3 damage.
And I shall... Do you know what? I'm going to take the damage so that we can illustrate enraged behemoths. Because when you hurt me, it helps me. All right, so down to 13 wounds left. James will now try and hit with las cannons. Looking for 6s. Oh. So those have missed. James also has a coaxial autocannon.
Yep. 2 attacks. Missed.
Okay. Demolisher cannon is in range.
D6 plus 3 shots.
Nice.
2.
Okay, so 5 shots.
5 shots.
This is 6s would be great then.
They would. Bit of strength 14.
Got one.
1. That's auto
wound
because of born soldiers.
Okay, what's the AP minus?
AP minus is
3.
3.
2 up, 3 up, 4 up, 5 plus. No. Oh, command reroll now. I think I must try and... I've taken my damage. I don't want to take any more. Yeah, it goes through, James. What's your damage?
D6.
Whoa. 2. Could have been worse. 2 more wounds dropping down to 11. This beast has been struck a number of times here by high caliber weaponry. Heavy bolters. I think you're on 15 shots. 3 shots each times 5.
Yes, it's twin linked as well.
You're on your wounds. But then 6 is going to auto wound anyway. So really it's just looking for straight up 6s. How many?
That's
6.
6 auto wounds. AP minus 1.
3 ups. Oh, we blocked them all. Quadruple 6 and a 4.
AP minus 1.
Yeah, goes through. So I take 2.
2 damage, yeah.
Dropping down to 9. Okay, not too bad damage coming through. Not destroying the beast, but certainly hurting it.
For CP.
So that's Overwatch done. Coming from that Baneblade, Winston Adkins, the first to fire. We'll press on with Tyranid movement. Are you still optimistic, James? Tyranid movement's complete.
We're
here.
so used to it.
Look at it, James. It's insane. Like a scene from a White Dwarf magazine. This is Apocalypse. This is classic here. Astra Militarum facing down a Tyranid swarm. The table's full up with these bugs, and James knows full well that many of them will just be recycled and hurled back at the defences here. So, there's some possible charges. Hormagaunts are fast. I rolled some 6s and 5s for advancing. They movement 10, advancing, and then possibility of charges as well, allowed to advance and charge. So a 6 rolled here, very, very quick. 14-inch move in total reaching to here. They've just got to get to the barricades. I think we should see some charges take place. A good roll with this squad across here, and this squad rolled well also. So the table full up here. I've called out some Winged Hive Tyrant here, Ripper squads, 1, 2, Gaunts here and here, Warriors, shooting Warriors, Carnifexes we've seen, another Winged Hive Tyrant here in the middle, the Toxicrones turned up, Ripper squad, Gaunts, more Gaunts, Hive Crone across here, more artillery turning up the Exocrine, Swarmlord's gone on the flank. I don't want to put him in the middle so James can put a crossfire against him from any direction. I'm going to lean on a flank here with the Swarmlord. The Hive Tyrant is just over on the other side, so it looks like the Tyranids have got themselves organised into some commanders as well. And trying to push through on the flank. Hormagaunts, Gaunts, close combat warriors, shooting warriors as well. So strong enough surge on this right-hand side from the Tyranids as well. That's the view from the Tyranid perspective. And if you can imagine this kind of density of stuff just stretching off into the distance, and the guard guns blazing away. This is their view here as the Tyranids come swarming across the battlefield. Tyranids have some shooting. We'll go on to that next. I'm going to see if I can take out a Baneblade. That'll dishearten the guard. I wonder if it's possible. Our best asset is the Tyranifex. Oh boy. All right, Patreon's on standby here. James.
Activate smoke launchers.
James has his. I have mine. He's played a stratagem. James knows full well if a Baneblade goes early on, it will spread doubt and despair across the lines. No pressure, General Adkins, but gentlemen, prepare to defend yourselves.
Hit me.
Can I hit you? Right.
You can gloat about your new codex all you want. The question is, what does the dice decide?
Enraged Behemoths, Tyranid monster model from your army, add 1 to the hit roll. If you're below starting strength, which I am, so bear that in mind. James has played his stratagem of
Smoke launchers.
In response, I've then played swarm-guided salvos here from the Crusher Stampede detachment. So it's a monster, again, these are to help monsters in the shooting phase. At the end of the phase, ranged weapons equipped by models in that unit have ignores cover. Until the end of the phase, each time model in that unit makes an attack, you can ignore any roll modifiers to the ballistic skill and to the hit roll. So it's going to help me. It's a stratagem played on him, though. So other stuff that's going to shoot at you, James will get the benefit of that stratagem, so it was well worth doing. But James is trying his best here, smoke being popped immediately, to try and protect that steel Behemoth as Tyranids coordinate some firepower in that direction.
Does that apply to that model only?
Yeah, so your stratagem is going to help you across the board. I'm just blessing this particular model with help. It's the longbow.
So you mean to tell me that the first bioweapon that's going to fire in 10th edition Codex history is a Tyranifex?
Correct. And it's been Codex creeped and adjusted. Plus, on top of that, James, is longbow BBB firing.
Oh.
And I'm going to go for the longbow BB double BB stack with Patreon gold level. Here we go. Right, so we are stacked to the max. Rupture cannon. We're looking at 3s to hit becomes 2s to hit. Ignoring modifiers. So we're on 2s with 2 shots. Hitting on 2s. Okay, a 2 and a 3. Yes, you didn't normally 3s to hit. James's strategy would have brought it down to 4s. But we're ignoring all modifiers, and I'm giving myself +1, so I'm back up to 2s again with the help of the Crusher Stampede formation.
There's no point in spending the stratagem.
Yeah, because it will help you with other shots coming in that direction. So that's fine. And if you didn't play it, I wouldn't have played mine. So it's just... We'll try and wound now. This will be trickier. So we're coming in with the Rupture Cannon at strength 18.
Toughness 13.
13, okay, so it will be 3s to wound. Mm-hmm. Switching to Xenos dice. 3s. 6 and 3. Oh, they go through. Now, armor protection. We're looking at AP -4. What is your starting armor?
My armor save is a 2+.
It is 2. So James has a chance at glory.
Give it to me.
Who? Who shall it be?
Well, it is Winston Adkins' vehicle.
To stack it up on him.
He is a gold member.
Okay, he's got 2 dice to roll, needing 6s, James. The damage is 2d6 each time. If both of these go through, it'll be 4d6 damage. Oh, man. You need a 6.
So it's AP -4, so you need 6s. So Astra Militarum symbols mean glory!
Do it. All of this on a debut shot. He was right to put the Rogue Dawn at the back, though. It's been protected.
I'm going to hold my command points, and I can't afford it anyway. It would have been -1 damage. Glory. No.
Oh, 2 5s. Oh. There could have been an argument for cover, maybe, but we stripped that away with our stratagems. So that's gone through,
so
James.
if you get a quadruple 6, you'll destroy it.
Wow. Longbow BB. 11, 15, 14 wounds coming through.
14 wounds.
14 wounds.
10 wounds remain.
Ouch. Okay, damage, heavy damage taken on Winston Adkins' Baneblade here. Okay, fire the Stinger Salvo, same target. Did get a wound, but armor save holding, no problem. 10 wounds left. I think, where is the other one? It's across here. I think I must go. We'll go Stinger Salvos into those conscripts, but we're going to try and coordinate across here against Winston Adkins and try and take out that tank. It's just the harshness of Apocalypse, James. Welcome to a scale of 40k that brings tears to the eyes. We'll go for 2 shots coming through. We'll calculate what we need. 3s, we've moved. James's protective stratagem will kick in, so we'll see what's going on here in this situation. This is a different situation. James is going to get cover. He's going to get his stratagem, -1 to the hit rolls. I've moved, so I've got 2 shots needing 4s. This is different. I shall call upon help. Of course I shall. Carl Roden shouts here. He's a Tyranid player.
Ugh.
He's often seen in the comment section, so Carl will most likely be tuning in. 4s for Xenosy glory. Oh, 1 hit, 1 miss.
50-50.
Come on, reroll. Oh, missed.
Come on.
CP's all gone. Try and wound on a 3. Probably should have saved it for this roll. Oh, it does go through on a 6. James gets a save of a 5+. Big roll, James. Otherwise, it's going to be 2d6 damage with another chance to try and take this thing down. 205 power has been deadly enough so far.
It is a pivotal moment.
Yes, yeah,
So
definitely. Who's a friend?
I'm going to give it to a Bronze Star member, Marcus Fraze.
Marcus Fraze needing a 5+ to block this one. We'll push through the rest of the shooting and we're just capturing this defining moment.
1.
Come on, reroll.
It is quite important, so I will spend my CP.
We're burning CP like crazy.
Yeah. 4.
4. No. Here comes the damage. Ouch! 8.
So it's going to be -1 to hit now.
2 wounds left. Deadly firepower. Rupture cannons are wicked. But I think, realistic, the Tyrannifex is a walking battle tank and heavy weapons platform of huge size and resilience. These warrior organisms are extremely well armoured, more than capable of going toe-to-toe with the heaviest battle tanks of their prey species in a shooting match. Few foes can stand against even one of
More
these
rolling
beasts.
fortress and vehicle Baneblade super heavy tanks are possessed of overwhelming firepower. Whenever a Baneblade sees battle, it becomes the centre of the battle line. Imperial Guardsmen and every even smaller tank sheltering its lee and its enormous primary cannon, numerous other guns. Pulverise! You read your narrative, I'll read mine!
Okay, I think that shut me down. I'll not read anymore. We'll move on. We'll look for some more guns. I sense a taste of victory here. I've got other weapons that are available. So we'll find some other guns and see if we can bring the Baneblade down. Right, bit of a revelation here. I'm just going to fire with these heavy venom cannons. All three are out of range. Their shots will fall short at range 36, fall into around here. That's not good. That's the unit I was, or the three individual models there I was hoping would take the Baneblade out. We'll go to this Hive Tyrant across here. It's the Vagabond at Hive Tyrant. He is equipped with a Stranglethorn cannon. So it...
-1.
Yeah. We'll go Jordan Russell on this one. He's an Eldar player.
And cover.
Yeah, James is going to get all the benefits here, but we'll see what we can do. So D6 plus 1 shots, 5 shots. Base of 2s to hit, 3s. All of them except 1. We're then going to go for strength 7. No, sorry. Yeah, strength 7.
Toughness 13.
Oh, 5 to wind. Nothing.
Yes!
Oh, man. Oh, I can't survive. Oh, you've parked your Techmarine next to it as well, haven't you? Okay, we better bring it down. Down here we've got some warriors. 2 Stranglethorn cannon, or heavy venom, or venom cannons. They are range 36, are in range. D3 shots each. They are strength 9, James, so we've got a bit of a chance here. So 2d3 shots. We'll definitely commit this to another Xenosy friend. Bjork the Zog Puncher. 1 single Zog Punch.
He's a Patreon.
And you're gone. Oh.
Thank you, Zog.
What do we need? 5s for hits. Oh, missed. We're not doing it. Oh boy, we'll check here. See what else we got. Stranglethorn cannon here on this Carnifex. D6 plus 1 shots. Oh, ouch. 2 shots. Need 5s. Oh, missed. God, this option's running low here. Yeah, getting desperate here. Tentaclids. It's going to come from here. Stinger salvos into them. Tentaclids are going to go over there. Now, we're looking at the Hive Crone. They're anti-vehicle 4+. So I'll get your wounds come through. Range 36 are all good. So 4 shots, needing 3s.
-1.
Needing 4s. We'll go Darren Gardner on this one. This is important. 4s. Oh, they've all missed except 1. 4s for a wound.
50-50.
Yes, we do. Oh, and that. Oh, James, no.
Mortal wound.
It is, yeah, it's devastating wounds. I can't believe we just rolled that 6. It is devastating wounds. Damage 2. It's 2 mortal wounds. That's it, it's done it. The tentaclids have worked their way in. They must have attached themselves to the side of the vehicle, and they worked their way into the electronics.
Does it detonate?
Oh, no.
And I cannot CP this. So I'll look at my Baneblade card for the last time for this particular vehicle.
What absorption, though. The amount of firepower. The Tyranids have had to direct virtually everything against this thing. Don't blow up, I take it. Otherwise there'll be a mess.
Deadly Demise. No.
Oh,
That would have been D6 plus 2 mortal wounds.
Okay, we're looking at about 20 mortal wounds going off in amongst those units. Okay, we'll press on with Tyranid firepower. Most of it's now been done, but Baneblade has been destroyed.
Thank you, Winston Atkins.
No, glorious from him. Harsh, for sure.
But look what's behind the tank.
Oh, the Rogue Dawn. There he is, raring to go. I'll see if he can get his revenge. So, one white shield was brought down. That was firepower from the Stinger Salvo from earlier on. But we'll press on, more firepower to come. Heavy venom cannons. We'll go for this basilisk on the edge.
9, actually.
Oh, so we're forced to end. Okay, so number of shots, D3. So 3 shots. Yeah, looking for 4s. Nice. So this is the artist formerly known as Vij on this firepower. Looking for 4s to wound. 1 does go through. Okay, so AP -2.
3 up armour. 5 up.
5 up.
Saved.
Blocked. Okay. Next one, same target. D3 shots. Looking for 4s. 1 hit. 4s to wound. 1 comes through. Save again.
No.
Nope. All right, so that's 3 damage.
It's down to...
Next one, 3 shots. 2 hits. 4s to wound. Nothing. That's those 3 done. Nowhere near as effective as they used to be. 9th edition. Interesting. So virtually all the firepower's finished. Damage coming through across here against this Basilisk. That was firepower from those. And from him, Strangleform Cannon coming from this Winged Hive Tyrant. But Tyranid's struggling here. Really, the best anti-tank firepower we have is this. The Tyranifex has got an exocrine to fire. We'll think about a target for this artillery piece. So I'm going to target the Lehman, the Baneblade, the other one. The
Second Lieutenant.
Yeah, we'll go after him.
What's his name? The Phoenix Lord?
So exocrine. Oh, who is that on there? Oh, it's Valhalla and Field Marshal Robert.
Oh.
Yeah, now we'll go for D6 plus 3 attacks. Okay, we're needing 3s. Okay, we're needing
13.
strength 8. So 5s.
Yes.
None! Bouncing off the armour here. Yeah, okay. So that's that done. I think that's firepower complete across the board. Some of the warrior squads fired. No wounds coming through going after vehicles. Not high caliber enough. So apart from one exception where Tyranids had to crossfire with a load of units, the rest of James's forces survived very well indeed. So that's the end of shooting phase for the Tyranids. There are some charges available with Hormagaunts surging through the lines. Okay, CPs are all burnt up. James can't overwatch. So there's no command rerolls. We're looking at 8s and 9s mostly. This is an 8-inch charge. Here we go. I'm going to commit these to Travis and Jen. Tyranid players. There's a mixture of charges.
Hold the line!
So we've got 2 charges from Jen. Both need 8s. This one, 8-inch charge from Jen. Goes ahead on an 8 precisely. We've got contact. This charge is an 8. Again from Jen. 11. That goes ahead. Hormagaunts crashing into the middle. Uh-oh. Then moving across, we've got a Travis charge. That will not go ahead. Oh, boy, we'll check here. I don't think so. That charge is not going to go ahead. That's too short. This one's a desperate charge. 12 inches to try and reach that Chimera. This is from Travis. No. And then finally, it's a 9-inch charge here from Travis to reach this barricade. If we can roll high enough, no. All right. So nothing across on this flank. We do have 2 charges taking place of Hormagaunts reaching the lines.
Engagement range of 1 or more fortifications of your army. That unit can still be selected as a range target as a range attack.
Yep. It's very cool rules. I think they're very good rules. You can still shoot at me whilst in close combat. Or I can be shot at. James is getting a 4+ invuln save as well. That's the barricade protects him. So James reckons if you take into account all the bunkers, all the automated systems, the defense turrets, the pillboxes, if you add all that together, that's a lot of points, right?
Yeah. Okay.
James is happy enough. He thinks he can still man the barricades. I'm getting this 20 in my squad. I get 60 attacks with these. They're crazy. So we're looking for 4s. This is half the dice. So these attacks coming from this squad. That's on the left-hand side here. It's coming from Dave Humphries, so across it. You need 4s to win. Strength 3, toughness 3. Dice has been dropped. So James can make 6, 7, 8, 9 saves of 4+ 3 invuln.
Yeah, I think it's for shooting though.
Oh, you're saying it's for shooting. So it's 9 saves to 6 up because we're nipping through your armour. Block 2, 7 dead. Just taking away the ones that foul. This is the other half of the attacks coming through, so it's not over yet for these white shields. So a lot of hits coming through. We'll try and wound now. Need 4s. So 5, 6, 7, 8 more saves of 6+. We are chewing through these conscripts here. They are being shredded. 2 more. Another 6 dead from that squad. So they're not been wiped out, but they've been decimated.
5 kill.
Okay, 3 6s. Okay, 5 dead. Okay, so that's the state of plays for those at the moment. We'll shift across to here. So we'll now go for the same number of attacks. So this is the first half coming through. So cock dice. So this is being committed to Michael Gemmin. We're looking for 4s. Just checking back and knock those 2 dice, and they were both hits actually. So just taking away the 1s, 2s, and 3s. Trying to wound on 4s. It's generous with the AP -1 as well coming through. Just very low strength. 5, 8, 10. 10 saves, please, of 6 up. None. 10 casualties. Ouch. We'll go with the last lot. As we look for 4s. Omagants are useful. I can imagine them being popular amongst Tyranid players. They're speedy across the board. You do get a lot of attacks. A bit of AP minus is particularly useful.
7, 8, 9, 10. All infantry, I think.
Trying to wound on 4s. 3, 4, 5. Another 5 saves a 6+ on that squad. None. 5 more casualties taken. Ouch. Right, so that's the situation. James has had to remove the heavy weapons team. The plasma gunner's gone as well, just to maintain coherence. That wasn't Exhaust, was it?
No, it's anonymous.
Okay. Where is Exhaust?
Exhaust is over.
We'll find him. There he is. He's just there. Yet to fire his
I don't know
plasma
what
gun.
it is. He's just a guardsman with a plasma gun. He has so much fame.
We've,
Glorious.
we've followed him for a while. And we're rooting for him.
Well, I'm going to do the commissar now.
James can make his attacks back. They tried to repel this initial onslaught.
Normally, commissars in this codex don't have the power fists. But what I'm going to do, as he's got a power fist, it makes sense. Instead of 3 attacks, you have 2 attacks hitting on 3s.
He looks glorious, James. There with his book.
Yep. So it's just 2 attacks hitting on 3s. 2 hits. And it's strength 6.
He's what's he doing? He's looking up the number for the Valkyrie taxi service.
Yeah. Strength 6, toughness 3, so 2s it'll be kills. Yeah, 1 dead.
Crush. Yeah.
That's one of the things I missed about the commissar. They didn't have the rules for power fists in the entry.
Oh, okay.
But hopefully they'll change that.
Next.
Next is the sergeant.
Rest of the squad. Any of your
rest of
patronic
the squad.
friends in there? No, they're all unnamed.
Just 5 regular attacks. All 4s. Wounding all 4s. 1 wound.
One comes through. Not
off.
saved.
Chainsaw.
Okay.
Splatter.
Commissar across here with his attacks. James is going for Marcus Anthony here, patronic dice. James is going to use some of our patronic Imperial helpers.
Oh, I need 1 hit. 1 kill.
Go on.
AP minus 2.
5 slain. Well done.
And then white. They got 1 attack each. Hitting on 5s.
There's 8 of them.
Because there's 8 of them, yeah. 2, 3. Using the old rules for white shields, hitting on 5s. So 3 hits.
6.
Force to wound.
Bayonets.
Ooh,
It's 2.
wounded.
All wounded. 3. And saved 1. 2 more slain. We got the first strike, and it's made a huge difference here. Tons of attacks of Horgons against light infantry. They're very, very dangerous.
Battle shock. That's the beginning of my command.
Yeah, battle shock on James's next turn. Points are achieved at the end of the game for this particular unique scenario. So James just needs to maintain his position on these objectives through to the end of the game to see himself through to victory. Bit scary though. Baneblade destroyed, and the front line being whittled down very, very fast. The Tyranids shredding the light infantry here in close combat very quickly indeed. Despite commissars bolstering the line, trying to keep the guardsmen at the defences, Tyranids already starting to nibble away at the edges. So James will reassemble squads. Tyranids will do the same. You'll see some churn coming through from both sides. James can expect some reserves coming through. Tyranids reserves coming through for them as well. We'll go on to the first turn of the game. Guard have been struck here. They've lost one of their key tanks. It could come back on a 6 though, James. Wouldn't that be? That'd be glorious. But unlikely. We'll go on to turn 1 for the Astra Militarum coming up next. Alright, so we're on movement here for the Astra Militarum on their first turn as they plan to respond to this Tyranid incursion. We'll let James run through his movement.
So I've done battle shock tests for the White Shields and Infantry squad. They have actually passed. They rolled a 10.
Mm-hmm.
So their leadership is, would you believe, a 8+.
Okay.
But I rolled a 10, so they're fine. The Commissar gave him +1 leadership, but I rolled really poorly. So I had to re-roll with their leadership because of the Commissar. And I failed again, so I executed the Sergeant to get into squad coherency over to there. And that's the command phase over here. The Rogal Dawn has a 4+ invulnerable save.
Where's that come from?
That comes from the Regimental Engine Seer.
Cool.
Blessing. So the tank there I couldn't repair.
Too far away.
It was too far away, but maybe next time. I'm moving 3.
Okay.
And then they've moved slightly over here to get into line of sight because I've been reading the rules off camera. It's quite good.
Okay.
For what they can do. The Valkyrie has moved more than 20 inches, so moved from the left to the right to over here. And making the most of the rules that it has, it's pretty useful.
Okay.
And everything else has stood
Still, I think firepower is going to be the main focus here on turn 1, as James tries to gauge the strength of this Tyranid attack and to unleash some firepower of his own. We'll kick off with the shooting phase next. Right, one other thing, end of movement phase, as reinforcements. A 6 to get Atkins back.
I'll do the infantry squad first, just quickly. Typical.
What's that mean?
I've got a 10-man infantry squad coming. I know.
You did declare it.
Yeah, if I get to 6 again, I'll be really happy.
5! No, okay. No. Shouldn't turn up, but giving James a 1 in 6 chance to bring it back. He can have another go next turn. All right, so the infantry squad comes back. Reinforcements have arrived. So James placed those on the table. We have done the automated systems, done those first. Having to fire at closest targets has meant that they've gone after the Hormagaunts mostly. 4 casualties across here. That's firepower coming in from weapons such as the battle cannon, the Gatling guns here. Punisher Gatling cannon.
Strength 6 now.
This one firing here. 2 casualties caused on this squad. 3 casualties caused on this squad across here. We're saying that the quad turrets on top, the flak guns over there, their eligible target they can actually see is the Hive Crown. They pumped some rounds into this thing, dropped down to 3 wounds left, 3 wounds caused, damage 3 each time. So very effective against the flyer, just massed shots coming through. Oh yeah, not bad at all. So doing their job, keeping the skies clear of Tyranid flyers. So we've done the automated stuff. James can now start picking targets with his main guns.
Yep, I'll pick one of mine.
James is going to pick a Patreon. He's going to find the Macarius Vanquisher. It's over there. All firepower's been declared. The main gun, though, the turret's been pivoted, and it's going into the Tyrannifex. 6 wounds left. James wants to bring it down in revenge here for the destruction of the Baneblade. Who's he gone for?
Paul David Gray.
Paul David Gray shots. 2 shots.
Bronze Star member of the Army Group. It's 1 shot.
1 shot?
I think it's 1 shot.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to check the stats.
This is going to be a nervous roll. So it's 4s to hit, but it's a heavy weapon, so it's 3s to hit. And because James is firing a monster, it's re-rollable for its special rolls. It's not too bad at all.
And
if he succeeds, I think he'll kill it because it's damage 6.
Yeah.
It's like the railgun of the Imperium.
Astra Militarum.
Paul David Gray roll, needing a 3.
Faction keywords. So we'll
6
get
for...
sustained.
Right.
Born soldiers as well. 3
3.
is hit.
He gets his hit. He's happy enough.
Strength is...
Yeah, what is the strength? I'm
18.
tough. Whoa, tough is 12. Go ahead, 3s to wound.
Yep.
And it's twin linked as well.
Yep.
He should do this.
2. Rerollable.
James, come on. 4, he's done it. Well done.
AP minus 4.
Minus 4, so do get a save of... As I would say, look, there's cover across here. All right, so we're going to go for 5s. And I'll pick a Patreon for this one, otherwise I'm going to die. We'll use one of your own Imperials against you. Maxfield Knuckles to protect the Tyrannifex.
Nope.
No. Oh, come on, you're up. Because why not? 6. Yes. Oh, blocked that shot from coming through.
6 plus D6 damage.
Right, that would have
What would
destroyed
it
it.
have
Yeah,
12.
damage.
Oh, okay, shot blocked. I'm not sure how much longer we can last, but we've kept that shot at bay. Just resolve the rest of the firepower from that. It's heavy bolters. Stubbers coming through. 4 casualties caused on the Hormagaunts. They're taking a real battering. James about to repulse that unit. I think good shooting. Right, James is determined to try and finish this thing off. We'll go for another rare shot here from the Styges tank destroyer. It's over there. See if I can zoom in.
Loading up
to where it is.
Specs data.
There it is.
That's
the shot. It's Michael Fryer in command. James picking Henrik Pearson for this shot. It's over there. It's got a hit here. It's 4s to hit, but remains stationary once again. So 3s.
2 attacks. Hitting on 3s.
James knows the turn effects are good. What's that?
Auto wound.
Ouch.
Stood still.
Yeah.
And another hit.
Sustained hits.
Strength 14.
Where's that come from?
Astra Militarum.
So useful.
Stood still, and that's another wound. That is AP -4. It's only
All right. Okay, I thought James was getting sustained hits.
No.
So he's hit and auto wounded, and then the other hit that got through is now wounded. James rolled a 6. So both have come through. This is excellent news.
AP -4.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Oh, you spent your command reroll.
I did.
Please let it die.
No,
Who? Right.
Why? What's the damage?
It's D6 +3.
Each. Whoa. Good.
I've actually killed something.
You have. I think we've been using it for years in the channel. It's never really done anything. James has just caused horrendous damage here and brought the Tyranids down.
Sorry. I get +1 to the wound roll.
Really?
Yeah, but it's only against vehicles, though. Your monster.
That's a proper tank hunter, though. What a gun.
It's a beast. It's a relic.
It doesn't scream and die, but it's destroyed. The longbow BB Tyrannifex has been removed. Good sniping.
And that's the only weapon it's got.
Yeah, but what a weapon it is. What damage would that have been, just to see?
So it's D6 +3 each.
Yeah, just to see. Would it have been enough for one shot? 10 plus 6. 16. Tyrannifex is a 16 wound model. It would have been one shot, one kill from that thing, even at my full wounds.
So I could paint 2 more of them.
Yeah, paint what a
Squadron of them. Yeah.
squadron of them. Wow.
Tempted.
Yeah, so James is now tempted just with that.
I've got Thunderers of the same chassis as well.
It's Michael Fry in command of that vehicle, but it's sniped away at one of the key Tyranid monsters. Very good shooting indeed. Right, James taking the Maxfield Knuckles dice on his side.
It's his tank.
Oh, is it? Right, it's stacking up. So it's a double max knuckle attack coming from the Rogel Dawn. And James has declared all the firepower multi-melters or the melter guns shorter range now, so they're going to have to go into the once any target range. James is going to put the other small arms firepower into that as well with the stubber.
Coaxial autocannon.
James is going to try and pick off some damage across here. And then the main gun is going to go into the other Tyrannifex, the Gut B Tyrannifex. So an exhibition perhaps of what James can do.
Okay.
So you have moved.
I have moved, so I'm not going to get the Born Soldier's trait.
Okay.
So I'm going to fire the coaxial autocannon first.
Okay. This is going into Tyrannifex.
Hitting on 4s.
A nice little pot here we can roll into. Yeah. One hit comes through.
It's not Born Soldier because I moved. Strength is 9.
Toughness 9.
4s to wound. That's a wound.
Wound.
AP -1.
-1. Should be straightforward, needing a 3.
And then 3 damage as well.
Okay, all right. And then the main gun.
The Oppressor Cannon. I'm going to put the big dice on this.
I have to say, James, it's superb paint job on that thing. It just looks so good.
It is fun to use. I've used it in the latest battle report on my channel.
How many Rogel Dawns are you getting? 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Total. I wish.
Or realistically?
Yeah, because that'd be like a heavy size.
You do want to get 7?
Of course I do.
God. Okay, that's a lot.
Because I want to do 1 with the commander with the upgrade.
And 2 squadrons of 3.
The lowest rank would be sergeants working up.
Okay. Right, just the one for now. We'll test this gun. Debut shot. The double Maxfield Knuckles attack.
So it's D6 +3 shots.
Okay, that sounds impressive enough.
So that's 9.
Maxed. Good for you. James's confidence will return if his firepower goes well. If he doesn't keep the Tyranids at bay, he will despair.
Hitting on 4s.
He'll be fine as long as there's no surprise attacks. Oh, imagine if you made range stationary. But anyway, 5 hits coming through. This is good so far. Strength on this thing?
12.
Oh, toughness 12. Force to wound.
Yep, strength 12.
It's a good gun. Oh, just the one. Yep. What can you do?
Yeah, I'll spend a command.
Just going to CP here to try and improve it. So looking for a 4.
No.
Now, an AP minus.
AP minus is 2.
Blocked.
Blocked.
No damage coming through. Tyrannifex is a tough beast. This thing's on 4 wounds. So the rest of the small arms fire coming from the Rogue Door. Lots of shots coming through. 12 casualties, virtually wiping out this Hormigaunt squad. Well,
I didn't realise how good heavy stubbers are. They're in rapid fire 3. They get 6 shots in close.
What we'll do is, I think we're going to go by sections. So we'll do like a section at a time, break the battlefield into 3 parts. We'll do firepower from here, and then report back to you what's happened. Right, a lot of firepower has been resolved. Everything, actually, apart from one thing left, and that's the Baneblade across there. James has left that to the end to perhaps mop up some targets that have already taken damage. A lot has gone on. Gaunts across here, Hormigaunts across here. They've been wiped out entirely. So it's a combination of firepower from all sorts of stuff. James has used the Earthshaker cannons to slow down infantry. So we've marked them up with these triangle dice, taking casualties, and they're slowed down by 2 inches to their movement. James is just trying to slow the wave down. And advance and charging. Right, James is slowing infantry down here, 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 and across here as well. It's those 3. This one here was hit by the Wyvern, which we'll just mark with that, which is -1 to the hit rolls. That's okay. This Carnifex was slain.
Yep.
Just combined firepower from multiple weapons. James was going toe-to-toe, which is very cool to see. Liam Russ versus Carnifex. Survived with 3 wounds left. Destroyed this one. Across here, survived with 4 wounds left. Couple of Liam Russes firing across here in the end, but not destroying it. This one was brought down though, destroyed. So Carnifex is beginning to drop, but not all of them. Good number of them do remain on the board. James also wounded this one quite significantly, down to 2 wounds left, but not destroying it. So yeah, the Hydra took out the Hive Crown. Target destroyed. Very cool. Good shooting.
3 auto wounds because of born soldiers.
Okay. So these Gaunts took a battering as well. I've marked them up with dice. 8 casualties on those. Well over 10 casualties, and there's just 4 of them left across there. This is forming up fresh Gaunt squads, Hormigaunt squads to arrive. There's 2 of them available. 5+s will bring them back on. Okay, Baneblade. James has already declared the firepower. So Valhallan Field Marshal Robert. Firepower allocated. James is going for a spread of targets. Take it away.
Right. So I've declared the heavy bolters, the coaxial autocannon, and the las cannons into that Carnifex, just to make sure it dies.
This is a really important round of shooting, James. Are you going to go for the Valhallan Field Marshal Robert double stack?
Whatever brings glory.
I think that would.
Cannon, I've got the Baneblade cannon.
Yeah.
Or heavy mega battle cannon into...
Oh no, he's shooting right across. Okay.
And Demolisher cannon. Within range 24, I'm going to shoot at Big Daddy.
Ambush. Ambitious, James, for sure. Go ahead, pick a weapon, pick a target, and see how you do.
Let's do the Baneblade cannon.
This thing.
I'm going to call upon a Patriot.
It's going into here, into Ray Cross.
Yep.
James is going monster hunting.
I'll move these out of the way. 3d6 shots. So that's 9, 10, 12.
Okay.
12 shots coming in hot.
Where did that damage come from?
That was from a las cannon over there.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah, las cannon across the other side. Fired across there from the team upstairs. They are on top of the abandoned factory.
Hitting on 4s. 6s are really good.
Go on, James. Oh,
3 auto wounds.
it's good shooting.
That is pretty good. Strength of the weapon is 12.
Toughness is 11. So you're 3s to wound. Wow.
That's AP -2, and each does 3 damage.
Yeah. Mama's in trouble. How many?
That's
9.
9 wounds.
-2.
-2.
Need 4 ups. Need lots of them.
3 damage a pop.
I think I've survived. Would you believe it? 3 have failed. 12 wounds taken, and she's taken none. And she's a 16 wound model. Got 4 wounds left, but horrific damage on the Turbogun. Next, James wants to fire the Demolisher cannon. There's the Baneblade. I'll just zoom in and show you this steel behemoth in all its
Engaging
glory.
Demolisher cannon.
D6 plus 3 shots. 6 shots.
So what do you need? 3s?
Demolisher is just blast of 4s.
Yeah.
But Astra Militarum, Stood still.
Going into hit.
Only one hit.
No.
Strength, however, is 14.
3's to wound.
1 wound.
Gets the wound, well
AP
done.
minus 3.
5+ to survive. Nope.
D6 damage.
I'll have to take it. So this could hurt. It
4
does.
damage.
Yeah, good shooting. Well done. Drop it down to 6 wounds left. That's a good hit, James. Okay.
And then I'm going to do the coaxial autocannon.
Yeah, we said into here, didn't we?
Yep.
Okay, 2 shots.
2 shots. I missed.
Okay.
Coaxial autocannon. No, nothing. Doesn't say anything.
2 las cannon shots.
2 las cannons.
Same target.
1
Auto wound.
That's it.
5+ to block. No.
D6
6
plus
plus
1
1.
damage.
Kind of effect's gonna go. Oh!
Gone.
Woohoo! Good shooting.
Deadly demise.
Nothing. We haven't had any deadly demises yet. They all died nice, neat, and tidy. But that's another one slain. Okay.
That's all the remaining firepower into it.
Oh, yeah, and the rest of the heavy bolters were declared into the kind effects as well. So James will be happy enough with that. Disappointed with this one, and then mildly happy with this one across it. And I think that marks the end of James's firepower. I believe there's no charges to take place. I think Ogren's had shifted across with the gaunts are about here, but James has destroyed them all with firepower anyway. So no charges.
Ripped them up.
No charges to take place. James remains in control of all the objectives for now, but it's only turn 1. Tyranid casualties have been heavy enough. Let's remove the models to give you an idea of the state of play. Okay, so that's the state of the board. James stops to have a drink of water.
I drink water for what it is.
I did not give that water to you.
No, my liege.
So let us know in the comment section if you know what film that's from. So we'll go on to the next turn here. It's been quite a smooth turn 1. Apocalypse can be a headache. We try to keep things straightforward so that there's just the 2 of us playing this one, so we're trying to keep it good fun. There's no point playing
I've only played a
Apocalypse
few games
of 10th.
and
Yeah.
I can see that it's a lot more streamlined. You could just look at the rules on the data card or in the code
Yeah, I
entry.
mean, look how simple that is.
So easy. I know. At the moment.
It's not too bad. It's not,
Not
too
too
bad. We're coping quite well. We're just enjoying ourselves. A few house rules and just enjoying the game. We like the prospect of this. Anything that happens in this game, James has pre-agreed to, we reckon. So we'll see what happens here. Turn 2 coming up for the Tyranids. They've lost a good number of monsters, but much of their line is intact. I'm wondering about our firepower, how effective it is. Really, it's the rupture cannons. That's about it for the Tyranids here. But close combat could be where it's at. It's infantry units pushing forwards. Can any of these monsters make it into close combat? If we could start crunching and smashing up Imperial armor, there will be trouble for sure. The line holds for now. There's no doubt about that. Damage has been done. Is it enough? Is the question. Tyranids have reserves to arrive, plus reinforcements potentially. We'll go on to turn 2 for the Tyranids next. Right, it's about to move with the Tyranids. I'll roll up the reinforcements that could come back. So 1, 2, 3 units of Homogons, Steam 5s. One comes back. We have 3.
Look at that all dead.
Shot a lot of stuff. Carnifexes, they're all equipped the same. No, there's 2 with claws. One comes back. And then 2 with crushing claws. Another one comes back. We're glad to see those arriving.
That's my one I painted as well.
This one.
Look at that biomast.
Yes, because I can see your your basing's similar to Ada. Okay, very
Look
good.
at the white shield.
What white
It's
shield?
lost a leg.
Oh,
And
James.
biomast.
Oh, okay. And then him. This is the big one.
Oh.
Come on, 5+. Give me the guns. Yeah. And the hive crane. Comes back. Woo. Okay, he's going to fly back. Okay, some reinforcements, make our moves, and bring on the reserves. Right, so moving to the Tyranids on turn 2. As you can see, the line has surged forwards here. It's looking thick and strong here. So reinforcements have arrived. All my other reserves have turned up as well. Haven't moved these. James is about to resolve some Overwatch, but didn't move those, so you can't Overwatch them. Gaunts pushing through, Warriors pushing through as a charge lined up for these. They've been supported by Raveners that have deep striked in, the potential charge of those. Homogons starting to break through here. Swarmlord pushing through a charge potentially for him. All my Ripper squads on the board have advanced, so we know charges from those, but they're just trying to push those deeper up the table. This squad's gone forwards nice and quick. They've reached to here. There's nothing inside that, so they've penetrated to that line. Gaunts pushing through. This is a reinforcement that's arrived and gone 14 up the board. These were slowed right down by James's artillery, so mission accomplished there, slowing the Gaunts down considerably. Raveners have arrived here, deep striking in. Advancing with this Carnifex as reinforcements and this one as reinforcements, so bolstering the centre. Toxicrane pushing forwards. This Carnifex lining up for a charge. This one as well. Big Mummers pushing forwards. The Winged Hive Tyrant's gone through. This Carnifex I think is in the lead. It is damaged, but it's made it to the defensive line. Warriors surging forwards. And Morlocks turned up. Try going with its special rule where you can land just over 3 inches away from any models. We'll not be able to charge. We're just claiming ground, just pushing forwards as fast as we can. The surviving unit of Gaunts just with 4 models has gone through the line and going to try and hunt down the last of that squad across there. Rippers, as I've said, have advanced. Hive Cranes turned up as reinforcements. Hive Tyrant continues to push forwards. No attention from James against him.
At the moment.
Winged Hive Tyrant pushing forwards. Carnifex is pushing through with their firepower. And that's it. We're just going to resolve the Morlock attacks, the subterranean assault. So, Terror from the Deep. I think the rules are the same on the card as they are in the book here. So, Terror from the Deep. Each time this model is set up on the battlefield using deep strike ability, roll 1d6 for each enemy unit within 12 inches. On a 2 to 4, it takes D3 mortal wounds. On a 5+, it's straight 3 mortal wounds. So, here we go. We'll go for your infantry squad. And we'll commit this to a Morlocky friend. Who should be...
Morlocky friend.
Yeah, too late, touched it. Comiskey dice.
Oh.
Oh boy, this is going to be random. So your infantry squad, they've been hit and 3 mortal wounds straight away. So that's the conscript. White shields. Got it. 3 of those slain, gobbled up. Yum, yum, yum.
Battle shock as well.
I guess we'll go for your artillery. Oh, escaped. Dice is fickle. Ogrins. 6. 3 mortal wounds. Is that 8 and 1?
Feel no pains.
Oh, James might be able to survive this. Otherwise, we'll eat one of those.
Nope.
Oh, like a python, we swallow it whole to eat it later. Yum, yum.
So I'm going to go for that one.
Okay. We'll go for the Chimera. Escaped. The Lehman Russ. Escaped. Oh, come on. Oh, a Commissar. Hit him. 3 mortal wounds. And how many wounds is a Commissar?
3.
All right, okay. So wound taken on him, but he survives. We've eaten his book. Must have been a Reader's Digest book. Oh dear, okay. We'll go for, I think that's everybody. And it's, oh no. Yeah, okay. I think that's everybody in range. All right, not too bad though. Some good mortal wounds coming through. We've eaten an Ogren and some guardsmen and a book. Yeah, James keeps going on. He wants to do his Overwatch. So yes, we've allowed the Tyranids to do all their move. James has declared his Overwatch, which will be against.
I declared that one.
Yes, you did. That's right. So Carnifex. So James is going to use the Baneblade. They call it a Baneblade.
The Mega Battle Cannon.
Okay, everything he has is going to go into that beast, and he's going to choose a Patronic friend to guide the shots home. James will be really happy to take out a Carnifex and Overwatch.
Sam Hermes, a Bronze Star member.
Okay.
The army group.
And the vehicle is Valhallan Field Marshal Robert.
3d6 shots.
This is the main gun.
Yeah, 11 shots.
Well, 6 is auto wind.
Yep.
It's quite doable, James.
I know. It will be done. So let it be rolled. So let it be done.
Here it comes.
Hitting on 6s. 6s are auto wounding for staying still in the previous phase.
There's a lot of Imperial friends rooting for you, James. This is a desperate situation. No.
And also wound.
And that's it.
That's it.
Okay. I will try and stop it.
Take.
Oh, boy.
Demolisher cannon. D6 plus 3 shots. So that's 7 shots.
God, that's a lot of shots.
I know.
6s would be amazing. Come on, James. Couple of 6s. Stop the beast.
2 6s.
2 come through. Nice.
18 minus 3.
5 ups. No.
2d6 damage.
Plus anything?
No.
2d6 to kill a Carnifex.
5.
5 in total. Come on, reroll the damage. You must. 4 plus.
Yeah.
Here it comes. Oh, 6 in total. 6 in total. And 2 wounds left.
Point.
Okay.
We'll do the coaxial autocannon.
Okay. It's not over yet. James has still got firepower to come. He's not.
Yes!
Oh, an auto wind.
8 minus 1.
Just don't roll a 1 or a 2. We're good.
Lassies! Fire! Yes! Auto wound. 80 minus 3.
Block it.
Ah! Heavy bolters to me.
This is the last chance. 9 shots.
9 shots.
2 6s at least you need. I reckon.
One.
One could still do it, but I think James would have needed a
80
couple.
minus 1.
Just don't roll a 1 or a 2.
Cocked.
Fair enough. Passed. Whoa, Overwatch fails. Damage came through, but not enough. Movement stunned for the Tyranids. We'll go on to their shooting phase next. Okay, so we're going to fire him. We're going to put the main guns. We're just going Baneblade hunting with these Tyranifexes. They have the higher caliber weaponry to do it. Crusher Stampede. So we're on +1 to hit roll. We're going to be hitting on 2s. We're also going to be +1 to the wound roll because we're below half strength. We're down to...
+1 to the wound roll.
Yeah, because we're just really angry. And then James is popping the smoke. We'll counter with our stratagem to ignore modifiers and ignoring cover as well. It's going to get a nice clean shot coming through here.
If you can hit.
With the Rupture Cannon. And we'll commit this to... Now, where is he? He's around here somewhere. Nate Miller, yes, because he's a Tyranid player. So, we're looking for 2s. Command reroll. 100% on standby. Command reroll. Which I shall spend. We're down to 3 left. 2 hits come through. Now, your toughness, I think we're on...
13.
Okay, I think we're strength.
18.
Okay. 2s to win then, because of the +1 to the wound roll. Because you made us mad. Yes. Okay. 80 minus 4. No kind of cover. 2 dice steam 6s. If you don't stop these, they're going to be 2d6 each. Potential of 4d6 damage coming through. I'm a massive fan of Tyranifexes at the moment.
CJ Velasco.
James is called upon one of his Patreons.
I'm a star member. Fellow comrade.
Oh, James, come on. No. What are you going to do?
To go through.
It's going to take it.
What if I spent a reroll on the past?
You rolled a 6 on a CP reroll. You just rolled it. Okay.
I said what if.
Okay.
I would have done.
This is the damage. Whoa, 14.
14, so 12.
Yeah.
Just double checking any wounds I've got.
It's a good shooter.
24. So 10.
Down to 10. Baneblade in trouble. Similar to last time. Looks like the Tyranids have the potential to take out a Baneblade at 10.
Stuff's coming out.
James is complaining
Ah!
about the new Tyranids. But we filter out such things. We'll go on to Exocrine next with its firepower. So D6 plus 3. Same target. Sat still. There she is. Are we heavy? Yes. It's on 2s to hit as well. I don't know. We'll go for. We've got any Tyranid
Why is
friends?
it on 2s to hit?
Just ignore him. We'll go on to
Why
the vagabond. We'll
Yeah,
go
it's like we've got
vagabond shots.
experience.
Number of shots.
Cocked. Twos to hit.
5
Minus
shots.
1 to hit.
Okay. Oh, hang on. 5 shots plus 3. Sorry.
Minus 1 to hit.
Minus 1 to hit because of your.
Smoke.
Ah, right. Gotcha. So back up to 3s then. Ooh, okay, so those have missed.
Toughness 13.
Oh, don't you worry. We're not as good now. We're at strength 8. 5 to wound. 2 wounds do come through, James. Okay, well that's interesting. These are at AP minus 3. So we'll say you get cover because of all the bunker complex and so on. So we're looking at 5s on 2 dice. It's going to be tougher to destroy this thing now. Weaponry is not as good. James blocks 1. Well done. 3 wounds taken. Dropping down to 7. Barb Strangler. Things are going to get desperate now as we try and pick off the last wounds. There's 7 wounds to try and get through. 2, or Stranglethorn Cannon, sorry. So 3 shots in total, we need 4s. 2 hits come through, 5 wounds. 1 wound comes through on that, and it's AP minus 1. Gaining cover, so back up to 2. Okay. Winged Hive Tyrant. I reckon James won't get cover from this shot coming through. Stranglethorn Cannon again. So 4 plus 1. Looking for 2s. Looking for 5s. And we get 2 come through at minus 1.
Remember, it's minus 1 to hit.
So it should have been 3s to hit because of the smoke, but it was 3s or more that I got anyway. There's no 2s, you're fine. She's making 2 saves here of minus 1. 2 saves are 3 plus. Pass. 6 and 4. Okay, I don't think we're going to destroy this Baneblade with shooting. We've caused a lot of damage, but I'm running out of firepower options across here. We'll press on with the rest of the firepower here for the Tyranids. Okay, Tyranids pressing on with their firepower. So shootings come from warriors. 2 venom cannons managed to pick off 2 wounds against the Russ on the very end. And then James passed a heap of saves across here. Just 1 more casualty being caused again on the conscripts. That's Death Spitters firing from these flesh borers as well. Stinger salvos firing through. Stranglethorn Cannon from here to Hive Tyrant coming through, just struggling to cause further damage against the Baneblade. Casualties coming across here. It's flesh borers. They're assault weapons, you see, so you can move them, advance them, and still shoot. And the range 18 is quite good reach. Firepower from Death Spitters coming through, picking off white shields. And then venom cannons firing across, still picking on the same target, okay? Picking on the basilisk at the end, but only causing 2 damage, so still on 6 wounds left. So we're shifting across to here. Carnifexes with their heavy venom cannons. We'll go through these. Andrew Swan at the top here for our firepower, so D3, number of shots. It's just the 1.
By the way, the men on the trench line have made remarkable saving throws.
They have. They've been sheltering well, and we've missed with that one. We'll move on to... we're going to the next one. Sam Hermes for this one.
Oh, comrade of mine as well.
D3 shots. 2 shots this time. Needing 4s. 1 hit does come through. Finally, we've got something. Strength 9.
Toughness 9 on the Earth Shaker.
Got it. Wind comes through. Minus 2.
3 up armour, so 5 up.
5 plus.
1.
No, 3 damage taken. Oh, it's almost gone. We'll go down to the last Carnifex, that's this one here. And we'll go to Chris Heim for this one.
Oh, that's cursed. That's -1.
Number of shots is 2. 1 hit comes through. And then 6 is a wound. This is a good result. It's down to James making a save here. 5+ to block, otherwise he's going to go. Oh no. Do you want to come on, reroll? Do you detonate? Target destroyed.
No.
Basilisk gone. Okay. Vehicle destroyed. But it's taken the Tyranids a fair bit of effort with their regular weaponry here. The only weapon that's really making a big impact is the Tyrannifex with their rupture cannons. And 5 powers finish. So the lashes across the toxic lashes poisoned 3 of the conscripts, white shields. And that's about it. Tentaclids, no impact. We're firing across here. Stinger salvos from here, though, picking out some more white shields across there. It's just the 2 of them left with the Commissar. James's white shields, they've been brave here. They've taken a real hammering in this game. But Noble being put at the front of the line. Shooting phase is finished. We're going to charges next. All right, so charges taking place. We've done well across this side. Next to nothing over here. No charges going ahead on this side of the board. This Carnifex made it through. It's made contact with this Russ. Gaunts have swung around here and have made their charge. Fouled our charge across there on a command reroll. None of these units here could charge at all. Fouled our charge of him. Sadly, his toxic lashes would have been great against the infantry. And apologies, I forgot this charge. Just rolled it up and they've gone in against the conscripts.
That's okay, brother.
Fouled this charge. No, blocked. Couldn't get through here with him. And I don't want to charge bunkers. Swarmlord's gone in. In he goes. So his attack going well over on this side. Hormagaunts going in. An 11-inch charge of warriors. They've gone in. And then the close combat warriors going in as well. As James says, those conscripts are doomed. So success here with the Tyranids. Nice long line of their units making it into close combat against a variety of targets. We'll roll up. Oh, there's one other one as well. The unit of 4 Hormagaunts. Making it through against the Tech Marine and the Russ. We'll go on to Combat Resolution next. Going to play a CP. It's declared earlier on. We're going to play Massive Impact. It's one of the new stratagems here. Massive Impact. So in your charge phase, you start with a turning monster model from your army ends a charge move. So select one enemy unit of engagement range, which would be the Russ. 66 for each 4+ is a mortal wound. So we'll gladly roll this up and score 3 mortal wounds. That's worth a CP, I reckon, just to try and bring this Russ down. It drops down to 8 wounds left. So this Carnifex may struggle. There's 8 wounds to try and get through. We're going to try and give it the best opportunity we can. So with Crusher Stampede, we're on 3 wounds left. So we're going +1 to the hit roll. We're also going to be +1 to the wound roll. And I'm going to use my last CP that's available at the moment for Rampaging Monstrosities. So in the fight phase, turn a monster from your army. Selected to fight, you can reroll hit rolls. So it's 8 attacks in total. The monstrous side of turns, you get 6 of them and then an extra 2 because it's carrying the extra set. So we're looking at 3s. And we're rerolling for the stratagem. Okay, can't complain. Now we're trying to wound with strength 9. So we're going to be on 5.
Damn Hermes!
What is it? These attacks are Blood Angels Ryan, by the way. So we've got 7 hits so far. Strength 9.
Toughness 11.
+1 to the wound roll, because we're wounded. We've made us mad. So we're looking at 4s. Come on. God, toughness still. Look at that. AP -2 on these. So 4-ups. Each one's damage 3.
Double 5.
Double 5 in Defiance. God, James just blocked 6 damage from coming through. So the 8 wounds still remain on the Russ. So we're noticing, I'm sure other people are seeing it in 10th edition, there's limitations. Some units are very limited now as to how much damage they can do. Others still excel at what they used to do previously. So the Rupture Cannon, for example, on the Tyrannifex was potent before. It's still potent. Other weapons have lagged behind. And all the factions, I think, are noticing it. But Close Combat Carnifex has just smashed into Liam Russ and stacked up unit abilities, 2 stratagems, and still only managed to strip away a few wounds. So the vehicles are tough now in 10th edition for sure. So that's all the combats up to this point. We'll press on with the rest. Right, so pressed on with close combats. I think that was obvious. Conscripts, white shields removed from play on the right-hand side with ease.
Harrison Leach.
Where from? Where did he die?
Yeah.
Oh.
And Jesse Patton.
Right, that's where they fell, defending that line. James does have 1 Commissar left, with 1 wound remaining. He survived all of those attacks coming through. We'll see if we can zoom in so you can see. There he is. Look at that. Fighting to the last against the Hormagaunts. A real overrun across there. Tyranids starting to make like a V shape across here, breaking through the line. So we'll see if we can make further impact. The last combat to take place is the Swarm Lord himself. So we'll commit this to Nicholas Lucas. 8 attacks with Bone Sabres, needing 2s. Now this weapon's quite good because some people said that the Swarm Lord's not that great, but he's twin linked with his close combat weapons. Strength 9, Chimera, toughness 9 or 10. We'll roll.
Chimera is toughness 9.
Okay, force to wound, rerollable, which is the key. Whoa, he's a chopper. He's a chopper. 5 come through at AP -2.
3 up armour.
Yeah.
5 saves.
Mm-hmm.
Saved 1.
Oh dear. 12 damage total.
Gone. Deadly demise.
Chopper.
And it does not detonate.
All right. Chimera chopped to pieces with the
Pretty
bone
realistic,
sabres here.
I'm sure.
James thinks it's realistic enough.
Well, he's a Swarm Lord.
Look at him.
Breaking
Through. He's led this flank well. It's the Decapitator hacking his way through here, taking on vehicles and chopping them down with his bone sabres. Yeah, there's something to mention about the Swarm Lord that's annoyed James in this game. Malign Presence. When James has been using the command reroll stratagem, so I've increased that by an extra CP. It's going to cost him 2 CP, which would drive you crazy in this game. So
You'll want a green blob to remind you, brother.
Yes, you can mark it on the board, no problem. So that's combat done. There was an extra combat across here. The Hormagaunts cut down. I had all of the servitors, so they've been removed from play, but the Tech Priest Engines here remains alive.
Hit you back, boy.
Yeah, do your strike back.
Omniscient Axe.
He's the lone representative of the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Hitting on 4s.
One
hit. Strength 6.
Chopper Hormagaunt.
Yeah. Dead.
-2. Dead. Well done.
That's for my servitors.
Now the servo arm.
Extra
right.
attacks.
Go ahead.
4+. No!
Missed. Okay. I think that's combat's resolved. Yep, combat's resolved across the board. So, Tyranids, I wouldn't say Tyranids have broken in, but they are breaking
They're
through.
making a dent.
They're making a dent for sure. The waves are lapping at the edge of the shore at this stage. The tide's coming in, there's no doubt about it. Much of James's firepower remains as Hive Russes. Liam Russes.
High Fleet Diablo.
What, this is the colour scheme?
Yes.
Okay. So much of James's vehicles remain in good form here at this stage. They've not been taken out. Tyranids have, like we've said, they have struggled. The best firepower has been the Tyranofexes. But other than that, it's been a struggle to take vehicles out. But crushing units are starting to make their way through. Close combat could be where the Tyranids really do make a difference to see if they can push past these vehicles. But we're not at that stage yet. James has a turn in hand, and he prepares to respond with a force that's still mostly intact. We'll go on to the second turn of the game, with the Astra Militarum coming up next. All right, so we're on turn 2 here for the Astra Militarum. As per usual with our Apocalypse games, there is a twist. Often in Warhammer 40,000, when under attack from the Tyranids, even Imperial armies will call upon help from other factions, shall we say. So,
I call them allies of inconvenience.
So, James is lower on points here. Tyranids running at about 8,500. James sticking to 5k plus all of his defences. He's remained confident enough, and so far, the Astra Militarum have done well enough. They have held the line, and they've got a chance now to blow away the Tyranid threat. But I will throw open a gesture of goodwill from James's friends at the Tau Empire. There is a 2,000 points Tau army on standby that is ready to be called in at a moment's notice if James wishes. But for that army to arrive, James has to call upon them to save the day. So I'll...
This is the difference between liking the video and disliking the video.
So, James, we extend our warm greetings to you. Do you wish for assistance from the Tau Empire in this time of need? Your answer, please.
No.
No. He says no. He declines. James is confident enough that he can hold the line. Well, the offer is still there, and perhaps in your most desperate hour, you will call upon the Tau. But bear in mind, if you call upon us in such desperation, it only gives more glory and a greater demonstration of the ability of the Tau. The offer is there. It's been declined. James will fight on. There could be Tau turning up. It all depends on James if he can humble himself before the might of the Tau Empire. So James has said no. If you're an Imperial commander, what would you have said? Would you have accepted help from the Tau? Name some examples, and I'm thinking of Blood Angels.
Blood Angels allied against Necrons against the Tyranids, funny enough.
Yeah, Blood Angels worked with the Necrons to fight against the Tyranids, didn't they? Yeah, so it does happen. Mm-hmm. So I would say that's an even more extreme alliance. Necrons and Blood Angels
did have mercenaries with orcs as well. Orc mercenaries.
Oh, right. Well, there you go. So it's not a strange thing that we've said here, and it is a dynamic within Warhammer 40,000, and you can imagine it happening. Tau, this is the common enemy. The common enemy for the greater good. It's all making sense, James.
But it would make no sense if Imperial allied with Tyranids, obviously, or Chaos.
Correct.
So,
yeah. No, you can. I think you can imagine it happening. But James has declined. He's as he's purist here as much as he can be. But as the game escalates and more of his men are eaten alive, he may well call upon the Tau, perhaps in another turn. But for now, the Guard will fight on, confident that they can hold the line. All right, so we're on command phase here. A few things going on. James is spending 2 CP to bring back a unit of 20 white shields.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, brilliant idea.
Can I put them in the building?
No.
Oh.
Because it's closed. It's sealed up. It's been abandoned for years.
By what?
Nothing. It's okay. So you're going to roll up now for. You're going to roll up for Baneblade, please, to see if it comes on.
Baneblade. I'm going to use the golden Astra Militarum dice.
Get a 6, James. Come on.
Yes!
It's back.
It's back.
I'm back.
Serves you right for allowing not me.
Oh, dear. It's General Winston Adkins II.
Yes.
Just turned up. Yeah, that's the building that James is talking about. You can see it's well sealed up. No one can get in, and no one can get out, perhaps. Okay, so Baneblade, you got a Chimera I can see over there on a 6.
On a 6.
This is an empty Chimera, but,
3.
No. And the Basilisk.
Basilisk, yep. 2 and 2 more units of white shields on.
Oh, yeah, if they're destroyed, yeah, fine.
Well, another one comes back.
Okay, right. So 2 units of white shields will return, plus a Baneblade. Reinforcements have arrived.
The Rogue Dawn has a 4+ invulnerable save.
Once again.
From the Omnizer.
Attack priest. Okay. All right, so let James make some moves here. All right, movements going on. James has just placed the Baneblade on the board. For a CP, I'll do it. I'm going to overwatch him with the Tyrannifex.
And I'm going to spend smoke.
We'll see if James is allowed to check the wording for your one to see if you can do it outside of the shooting phase here. You should be all right. It's just it's just 2 dice needing 6s, which is very unlikely. I'll get a 6, but well, it's two chances at 1 in 6, so I could get a hit. It's just a chance to try and strike that thing as it arrives on the board. But I think James is a bit possessive of this replacement vehicle as it comes onto the table. Yeah, smoke is opponent's shooting phase. It's your movement phase. You don't get it. 2 chances needing a 6. We've got a couple left here. We'll go Michael Fryer on this one. 2 chances needing a 6. Michael Fryer's a die-hard Space Marine player, James, so you should be okay. Ah, okay, 6 in total. 2 3s. Command reroll. I'll do it. It is desperate. I know full well.
You need 6s, don't you?
I know, on 1 dice. It's just... Yeah, no, okay, here we go. 1.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, no, he's kept the shot away. Tyranids sense that we are
Oh,
seriously...
did you shoot at me? Angry boy!
He's going to fire back? Yeah, of course he will. All right. And I'm on, what, 6 wounds left? Yeah, there was a chance. That was the last chance to shoot with that thing before it's destroyed. Tyranids sense they're outgunned here. That's why James hasn't called upon the tower. He reckons he'll be just fine without them. We'll press on. There's some movement taking place. There's a desperate escape test has been passed. That Commissar, with the new rules for 10th edition now, has been able to escape from the Hormagaunts, perhaps crawling out on his hands and knees to get out of the way of that unit. Frees not to be shot at. A lot of tanks are going to remain stationary just to max out with their firepower, but there is a wall of steel across here. Guardsmen determined...
Steel and might of the Emperor's finest guardsmen.
Guardsmen determined not to let
You will stand your ground.
pass.
Fire!
I think it would take something cataclysmic to break this line. Oh boy.
Fast rank fire! For the Emperor! Barrels overheating, don't care, bring them down. This planet will be ours once again! Yeah!
And there you go. That's live footage from the battlefield, courtesy of James. So I think James is confident enough for sure. I didn't finish off his moves, but guns primed and ready. It does look an impressive sight, James. Look at these tanks lined up. There is no reverse gear with these tanks. Only forwards for the Emperor. So, movement's finished here. It's not too much, really. Just the reinforcements arriving. Tanks hold position. Infantry already in a good position here as well. So, unit of conscripts here. This is the recycled unit. James rolled a 6-4 with the Commissar with them. They've turned up here on this flank. And then James has repeated it on the other flank to plug the gap in the line across here. 20 conscripts. That's the unit that James paid 2 command points to arrive with. Other units just really holding position across here. That's the gap that James made by pushing the Rogel Dawn forwards. Melter guns will now be in range, and then
And multi-melters.
Yeah. And then Winston Ekins the second turning up there at the back. And that's pretty
The
much it.
officers shuffled a little bit within 6 next time.
And the officers shuffled.
Bearing in mind, heavy weapons squads are overwatching on 4s.
Oh. Are you really? Okay. Right, James has pointed to the laser destroyer down there.
That's Michael Fryer's Sight's tank destroyer.
Look, it's so cool. Wait, look at the low profile, James. You've got to get another 2 of those.
Yep.
Can you even get 2 of them?
Nope.
What do you mean, no?
They're out of production.
But could you find them?
I've got them.
You have them?
Yes, of course I have.
Paint them then.
I know. I will be doing special unique units for the pre-fall.
Yeah, it's one of the things about Apocalypse. You can bring out the old stuff, like the Macarius Vanquisher that only comes out for Apocalypse battles. So, you're going to fire into the Trigon?
Yeah, knock it out.
James loves this tank now.
Marshal Cummings will help me out.
A Silver Star member of the army group.
Okay.
He is a colonel.
Colonel Cummings.
Colonel Cummings!
3s.
Needing BS 4+.
Heavy, though.
Just double checking. Yes, it is heavy.
3s.
3s.
What would you do? Come on,
Yeah,
reroll.
reroll.
Yes.
So I'm down to 3 command points.
I'm down to 1 already.
Okay, 2 hits.
I would say the amount of command points we've been getting feels just about right. You've not got too many to be silly.
What's your toughness?
Oh, a Trigon. It's not going to be that great. It's probably a 9. Toughness 10.
It's going to be strength 14.
3's to wound.
One
Oh,
wound.
just the one goes
Only
through.
one.
Yep. AP minus.
I'm going to check the rules.
I'm going to roll here. It's probably minus
add one to
3.
the wound roll against vehicle.
Yeah.
rolls.
That's not going to pass. And
It's
so your
D6
damage.
plus 3 damage.
Go ahead.
So 6 damage.
6 damage. Nice enough. Narrative, what were you saying?
So the narrative behind the Sides tank destroyer is that they used to have a lot of them, but the Vanquisher turret is more common and is slowly replacing them.
Ah, right, okay.
So even though it's a very good anti-tank weapon, the technology is very rare in this period. It'll be more of a 30k.
And just
Imperial
the
Army.
view from here, James, is just so cool. It looks great amongst ruins. There it is.
I've seen others with like camouflage and tank camo. It's brilliant.
Oh, man, very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, all right, press on. Next gun. James just fired a single shot and ripped 6 wounds out of this Trigon. It's down to 8. All right, we now turn to the Rogal Dawn. There it is, another glorious vehicle. Look at it, such a good sculpt from Games Workshop. It's one of my favourites
Sorry, Stubble
from
will go
recent
over there.
times.
Castigator will go over there, actually, because rapid fire in 18.
Okay, yeah, James is splitting fire all over the place. So this thing, main gun's going all the way across here against the Tyrannifex. The multi-melters are going into the Trigon, and the 2 melter gun shots are going into this Carnifex.
It is armed to the teeth.
It is armed.
And I will call upon a Patreon.
The last... Oh, no, there's 2 left.
Daniel Baker.
We'll capture some of the
Bronze star
shooting,
member.
and then we'll plough through the rest.
Daniel Baker.
Okay.
This is his moment of glory. So I'm going to do 2 melter dice. I did move.
Yeah, it's pushed itself quite far forwards, perhaps.
To make way for the
Yes,
command Beyblade.
but vulnerable, perhaps.
So hitting on 4s.
This is melter gun shot straight into that
Melter guns.
Carnifex that's close by. Oh,
2 hits.
2 hits.
Strength is
Surely 8.
8.
With toughness 9, James. It's going to be 5s to wound. Melter's not as
Melter gun
hard
is
hitting.
actually strength 9.
Oh, 4s to wound then. Come on, James. Glory if this goes through.
1.
There's 1. That could be enough.
AP minus 4.
Yeah, 6 to block. No.
Within Armour Bane is going to die.
Because of
Melter.
3 wounds left. Ah. Okay. And then we don't
What would the
detonate.
damage have been? Yeah, still would have killed it. Because it's Melter 2.
I'll roll this over so people can see the damage across the battlefield as we summarise at the end. So far, so good.
Coaxial's been
Declared into that.
declared into that.
2 multi-melter shots.
But I want to kill it anyway. 1 hit. No point.
And stay down.
Multi-melter shots down to the next target. Rogal Dawn, come on. Could it go for the triple? The hat trick.
Attacks 2. Range 18. Hitting on 4s.
Oh, just
That's
the
a
one.
hit. And strength 9.
Oh, no. Is that, you're not getting auto wound. You have to remain
No,
stationary.
I've moved. You have to remain stationary. They changed it.
Strength 9. With toughness 10, so there's a failure to wound.
Failure.
Ooh, the monsters proved tough enough. Trigon escapes. So no hat trick here, but James can still go for perhaps the ultimate prize, the
Do the
Tyrannid.
stubber. Quickly get that done before I forget.
Okay.
Shooting over there.
Yeah, a little unit of 4 gaunts that's sat on the objective.
Only 1 hit.
All the gaunts.
And no wound.
Okay, and then
The
Trigon.
Castigator Gatling Cannon.
It's going into that.
Going to go into there. It's 12 attacks.
So 4s.
So
Lots of
that's 5
3s.
hits. Yeah.
Loads of 3s.
5 hits. Strength is 5. So that's 4 wounds at no AP.
Okay, and we block 2. So 2 casualties taken. So just mark that up with a 2 so people can see, and then we'll just remove those casualties.
And now the
Okay.
Castigator. So the
It's the main gun.
Oppressor Cannon. Range 72. Over there.
Go ahead.
It's D6 plus 3 attacks. So I will do Daniel Baker's heroic dice. Whack! 2. So that's 5 shots.
5 shots.
Hitting on 4s.
Oh boy.
1 hit.
Ah!
And a wound.
Right.
80 minus 2.
Minus 2. We block it on a 6. Oh, tough, tough, tough. Okay, right. Rogal Dawn's had its chance. It's brought down 1 Carnifex, but failed against the other targets. Right, James switches to the Macarius Vanquisher. Potent enough for sure. It's the main gun. James has declared all the other smaller stuff, but the main gun we're going to roll up for it's going to go into the Trigon that's dead ahead. The immediate threat over on this flank, which I'd say the guard look a bit more comfortable across the sides. There's a healthy enough gap between the two opposing forces. Right, if you remember rightly, it's one shot, but it's twin linked. Needing a 3 because James remains stationary. It's quite important you do remain stationary.
Each time this model makes a ranged attack with Macarius twin Vanquisher cannon that targets monster or vehicle, you can reroll the hit roll.
Oh, rerollable. That is incredibly useful.
That's a good job as well.
Missed.
And that's an auto wound. And that's coming in at AP -4.
Coming in hot.
Strength 18.
AP -4? I don't even know if I can stop that because I'm only a 3-up save, James. Go straight through.
That's D6 plus 6 damage.
Nice.
That's 9 damage.
9 wounds taken, yeah, that's a horrific hit. 5 wounds left. Ouch. Rest of the firepower resolved. Heavy bolters and stubbers took out 2 rippers, and then one we've just it's taken a further 2 wounds. So picking on the smaller stuff as well. Press on, we'll find another unit and shoot with that. Right. Winston Adkins II, firepower to be distributed all over the place.
He's been given another tank.
Okay.
He survived the last time.
No, he hopped out and survived, and he's like, get me another tank! And then run back and picked up another one. So Adkins survived, he's just picked up
Get me my Beyblade!
What's that?
Kelly's
Heroes, that's right. God.
As well as my uniform.
Yes. My last Patreon.
One
Chris
Patreon
Kaminsky,
left, yeah, okay.
Bronze Star member of the Army Group.
Chris Kaminsky's on your team?
Of course he is. He loves
boy.
his Aeronautica as well.
All right.
Hence, he's in command of the Valkyrie.
So, we're going to do the coaxial autocannon first because I don't want to waste the firepower.
Okay. Where's it going,
One hit.
James? Everyone wants to know where the shots are going.
The old coaxial was over there. It's all been
Trigon.
declared off camera.
Yep.
Just to save time. Strength is
8 now, isn't it? You were saying?
strength 9, I think. Coaxial.
It's going to be 5 to win
Yep.
because we're toughness 10 on a Trigon.
5 is a wound. AP
Minus
-1.
4 up. Yay.
3 damage.
Okay.
Next up is the las cannons. I did move, so 6s will not be auto-hitting. So 1 hit. And that's a wound. AP -3.
Okay. 6 up to block. Wow.
D6 plus 1 damage. That's 6 damage.
This is against this one.
Yeah, that's that one.
Dropping down to 2.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Stubber. Down there. Rapid fire. Gets more shots, may as well. 4 hits. And that's 2 wounds at no AP.
Okay. Passed.
Next up is the Demolisher Cannon,
Yes.
which I did declare was going to go into that.
Yeah.
D6 plus 3 shots. 4 plus 3 is 7.
It's good enough.
Hitting on 4s.
God, the guard, they've got the guns. They
4
have
hits.
the guns.
We love the gun.
Maybe Guard have coped better than other factions because they have so many guns. A good number of them have got through into 10th edition being potent enough,
Hence, the Imperium stands.
as we're seeing.
Strength is 14, I think. Something ridiculous.
3's to wound.
Demolisher Cannon.
Oh, yeah. No, it's good enough. Must be 14.
Demolisher Cannon is strength 14.
3's to wound. Ah, 3.
wounds.
That's what you wanted.
-3.
6 is to block. Come on. None.
3d6 damage.
Goodbye, Trigon.
Goodbye.
Ah. No deadly demise. Target
Just been
destroyed.
splattered.
That's one of the Phoenix Lords you've taken out, James. That's Ben Shaw. He's gone. Oof, had hopes with that unit to demonstrate what it could do. It's turned up right in the face of the Astra Militarum and they've blown it away.
Angry Tyranid. Angry Baneblade.
Oh, I'm sensing revenge.
Load the mega battle cannon round.
Hello, this is the tower. Do you need...
Armored piercing.
Hello, this is the tower. Do you need help? No, thank you.
Get rid of that Fox communication. Where is that commissar?
Anyone that communicates with the tower will be shot.
Yes. You have your orders. Do not ally and communicate with fish, paste, goat, freak, fish people.
Kill him! 3d6.
This is the number of shots.
So that's...
What? 3d6 shots?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I'll double check if you want, but that's what it says in the profile. Yep, 3d6.
No way.
Do you want to have a look? I'm not fibbing, boy.
What is it now? Where is
It's
it?
always been 3d6.
Oh, the Baneblade cannon.
Yeah, mega battle cannon.
3d6 shots. Wow. Go ahead.
So that's 9, 11 shots.
Right, go for it.
Right. Hitting on... Oh,
Yes.
I've given an order to that tank.
What?
It's hitting on 3s.
Go for it, James.
Just
Oh, because you've moved. Yeah, go ahead. What's that order called?
It's called Take Aim.
Fine.
So I was supposed to do it with the other... I haven't shot yet, have I?
No.
No. So it's hitting on 3s. And always
7
guns.
wounds left.
That's from the tank commander there.
Right,
The
okay.
command phase. That's an auto wound. Because it stood still. So take away those 2 3s.
Oh, so the order's on him.
Yeah, sorry.
So you're looking at 4s and you're not auto-wounding on 6. That's fine. So the shot's coming from
good.
over there. Winston Atkins.
So
Straight up 4s.
5 hits.
It's still really good.
Strength is 12.
Right, we are toughness. Yeah, 12. Yeah, 4s.
4s.
Need a good roll. Oh, he's got a good roll.
That's AP minus 2.
4 ups. Oh, he blocked 3.
damage.
3 damage. Do you know what? I'm going to command reroll this one. It's my last command point. 3 wounds taken.
I love it when you waste your precious.
I don't like seeing those kind of effects or the terrain effects being brought down. I do need another 4 of them, I think, for Apocalypse games. That would be cool, but I've only got 2.
And then I'll bring another 4 Baneblades.
Oh, so I can't beat him in the arms race here. Okay, so that's firepower mostly done with that tank. 15 twin-linked heavy bolter shots coming from this steel behemoth that's going into the warriors across it. You moved, you're not getting auto.
I know, I
Oh,
wish,
imagine.
but brilliant shooting.
They're just trigger happy at the moment, these guardsmen. I sense their superiority on the
But
board.
the question is, I can hit. But another question is, can I wound?
It's 4s, I think, you need.
Strength 5.
Yeah, I'm toughness 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 3 wounds.
2 1s, okay. So you're
2
going to
damage.
pick off one of the warriors here. Cool, she's gone. Okay, so we're looking at this Baneblade here. This is Valhalland Field Marshal Robert.
Yes.
Okay, firepower being spread out all over the place. So heavy bolters, coax your auto cannon to finish this thing off. It's only got 2 wounds. 2 las cannon shots going into here. Only 4 wounds left on the Tervigon. The main battle cannon, James, you need to rotate the turret slightly.
It's damaged a bit.
It's creaking. It's creaking. It's going into there. And
Make our stand.
the belly gun going into here.
Yep.
So in no particular order.
I'm on -1 to hit because of damage, obviously. But the tank commander has issued an order to take aim to the Baneblade, meaning I will be back up to 4s.
Okay.
So here we go. So we're going to do the Demolisher Cannon.
Go ahead.
D6 plus... Oh! May I steal one of your Patreons?
There's 1 left.
Or do you want to reserve that for yourself?
No, if you want it. It's Space Marine player. It's the Ray Cross Dice, who does play... Well, Ray plays, according to my notes, Orcs, Eldar, Drakari, Astra Militarum, Space Marines, and Deathwatch.
Yes, please. He's a good fellow comrade of my army group.
Go ahead. It's the last Patreon for me. It's the last Patreon for James.
The Astra Militarum Glory Dice.
The dice usually get used up pretty fast in our apocalypse battles, such is the nature of this
And
war.
I have to say this quote: engaging demolisher cannon. D6 plus 3 shots. 9 shots.
6. 9 shots. Chance for glory for this severely damaged
This
Baneblade.
time, 6s are auto wounding
Because she sat still.
because I sat still.
Even 4s. Oh, it's a fellow Phoenix Lord, Lucas Brown.
No auto wounds.
But 6 hits.
I got 6 hits. Strength is 14.
Priest wound. Come on, James. The Emperor is with you. Oh,
3 wounds.
8
8
minus.
-3.
5 ups. None.
3d6 damage.
Whoa, tasty enough.
8 damage.
8 damage. That's good enough, though. Pretty good. Exocrine has taken a heavy hit here. 6 wounds left. A heavy hit, still alive, but
Coaxial autocannon.
into hit.
2 hits.
2 hits. Get that again.
Strength 9. 1 wound.
Okay,
80
3.
minus 1.
3 up. Passed.
Heavy bolters. 6 shots into the same target.
I think you're on 9 shots.
Yes, big one. 9 shots. Just double checking. Yep. So hitting on 4s. Auto wound.
Yes, that's still, yeah.
Because I stood still. And 5 to wound.
5 to wound, yeah.
5.
That's 9. Another 1. Got to pass both. I do.
Oh.
Can't effects. There it comes lumbering forwards. It will happily plough into one of the tanks here, if it can. Now we're looking at 2 laser cannon shots going into... Oh, Ray Cross versus Ray Cross. Oh dear.
1 auto wound. AP minus 3.
Failed.
D6 plus 1 damage.
Just need a 3.
1.
Gotta come on, reroll, James.
I can't. I spent it, didn't I?
Ah. So 2 wounds then total.
Yeah.
Dropping down to 2. Big Mama survives. Okay, and then the main gun. 3d6 shots. It's the same gun as last time. Imperial gunners know their targets.
13 shots.
Boy. Is this weapon 3 damage?
Each time, yep.
Right, James just needs 1 success to bring the turn effects down.
5 over there. Yep. Back up to 4s because of the order, even though it's damaged. 2 auto wounds.
Oh, I'll roll those straight away. Dead. Doesn't explode. And that's another Phoenix Lord you've taken out, James. Gut B, removed from play. Ouch. My heavy guns are disappearing.
Whack. Done.
Pretty good. Target's been destroyed here. I've removed the model. I should have laid it down, but that's gone. So we'll press on. Plenty more firepower to come. The main guns have shot here, but there's still plenty of heavy type options. There's las cannons, there's missile launchers. There's all the Russes to fire, so we'll plough through this, give you a report back at the further damage, no doubt, will come through. Right, so working our way through in sections up to this Baneblade, we fired everything across here. James firing Liam Russ's like almost point blank into the face of the Swarmlord. It has to go, and he almost has. So it's Mephisto here. The Tyrant Guard are gone. James got through to the Swarmlord, and there's just 1 wound left on that thing. So it's been hit here. It's staggering. Just needs that 1 wound to finish it off, which we'll roll up for in a second. 6 Hormagaunts here. It's las guns starting to fire. A number of them in rapid fire range. As the White Shields firing through, combining with mortars, helping to take out warriors across here. So 2 of them slain from Itai Miara's squad. Hydra fired at the winged Hive Tyrant across there. Picked off 3 wounds. And I think that's it for 6 casualties on here coming through. Who killed him?
That was the...
It's one of the Russes. It's one of the Russes, yeah. Exocrine has been removed. It's been completely destroyed.
Who is that Phoenix Lord?
And removed from plane. Another Phoenix Lord brought down here. Heavy casualties. Lucas Brown. Gone.
Sorry, Lucas.
There's one... This is this sector across here. There's 1 shot left. And it's from our friend... Where is he? There he is. It's Mr. Egg Sauce.
He has to supercharge.
There he is. The priest behind him. Supercharge.
See that relic, young man? In rapid fire.
Now, Egg Sauce, now's your time. Supercharge! Are we rapid firing?
Yes, we rapid fire, aren't
2 shots, James. Go for it.
Auto wound! And do I get hot?
Oh, no. Oh, wait for the glory at the end.
AP -3.
So, 4+ invulnerable save. I've got no CP, I can't reroll. Oh, no! He's done it, Exhaust. Glory, but can he survive? 1 second of glory. Oh, he lives! He lives, Exhaust!
He's killed our Tyrant!
Back in Zulu. La 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 la.
We can't bring it back. Do you know why? Because they're one of them on this planet.
Yeah, we did agree that pre-game.
Who is the warlord?
Him.
What's his name? What's your Phoenix Lord's name?
Oh, it's Mephisto. You've killed another one. The Decapitator has been picked off by Mr. Exhaust, a plucky young guardsman with a supercharging plasma gun. He knew it would come in useful one day, and it has in this battle.
Well done, my friend.
My attack was going so well, but now... and that's why we focus in on individual guardsmen, even in games like this, because even
all the more reason why to join.
There is glory amongst the ranks of the guard. There'll be some stories tonight around the campfire here. Dear me, this flank's not going so well for the Tyranids. We'll move on to the next section. Right, James will help me call out some of these results that have come through. As you can see, monsters have been obliterated.
Absolutely horrific.
It's the high caliber, high damage stuff coming through from tanks such as the Lehman Russes. So Winged Hive Tyrant was brought down. Who brought about its demise, James?
That was from the...
It was a combination of units firing.
That was from one of the Lehman Russes, actually. Yeah, that one.
Yep. And then firing across here. That was finished off by your autocannon team over there.
Squad over there.
It proved useful enough in this game.
Good.
So, yeah, we've seen the Tervigon, which is on low damage anyway, has been destroyed. That too goes
Nothing
on
blowing up,
him.
though.
Yeah, I haven't rolled any deadly demises at all. Trigon's gone. Winged Hive Tyrant was taken out. We've already seen that Carnifex brought down as well. So monsters being lost across here. Still a massive stuff, but our monsters are dropping like flies. We'll move on to the final section across this side.
That got hot.
Oh,
So it's
it
down
took
to
mortal wounds.
17.
Okay.
Yep.
Chimera's firepower 4 gaunts. The automated battle cannon took out the Morlock. This Russ, with all of its firepower, and its heavy bolters that caused 4 wounds, took down this Carnifex. So 2 more monsters drop. Alright, so shooting's complete. Carnifex gone, we've covered that already. Morlock's gone across here. Heavy bolter shot coming through. It's from the Wyvern. Picked off the last 2 wounds on this Carnifex across here. And then more artillery. Basilisks, Wyverns being fired through. Wyvern here. 7 casualties taken in total, and -1 hit rolls on them. And then Basilisk converging firepower, 9 casualties on here, and slowing them down.
Movement, charges, and advances.
Yeah, I've marked them up with the triangular dice. So that's shooting done. Looking generally good across the lines here for the Astra Militarum. There's more Tyranid monsters across here have survived. We'll tidy up the table. We'll ask James if there's any charges. I doubt it, but he might go. How many CP you got left?
3.
All right, so you could go for a tank shock maybe. All right, so James says no charges to take place.
No tank shock yet.
Okay, he's
I
done.
want to tank shock Carnifexes.
And James has cleared them all out of the way with firepower. Look at this gap running across here once again. We did say that for the Tyranids to make any kind of impact, they need something cataclysmic to happen. And as per usual in our Apocalypse games, if you haven't guessed already, a rumbling sound is heard inside the abandoned factory. So we have pre-discussed this thing, which is about to happen. Something just out of the ordinary, as per usual for our Apocalypse games. So James has been attacked by about 6,500 points of Tyranids. He's destroyed a lot of stuff. Look at our dead pile. The monsters that have been destroyed. Now remember, 5+ will bring them back. The Tyranids are going to go for another surge, but this time they'll be helped by an infestation of the factory. Inside that factory is multiple units of Genestealers that have worked their way into the sector prior to the invasion, and they're about to burst forth. So we've got some unique special rules going on. We reckon we're going to do is simply roll up for charges coming out of that building. So if a charge is successful, which will be a 9-inch charge. We'll treat them as like deep strikers. If a charge is successful, you'll start to see gene stealers pouring out of the building, perhaps even scaling up on top as well to massacre. So that's the plan. There's something else in that building as well, something foul and horrific that could come out of that building also, but it depends on the dice roll. Hopefully it turns up, but all will be revealed. But that building is not safe. It's sealed up, but inside the Tyranids for months now have been inserting gene stealers into that building. They're about to burst out to help with this invasion. It's instances like that that help to create gaps and break up lines and so on. The Tyranids have their devious ways of breaking through Imperial defences. But we'll press on here to turn 3 for the Tyranids as their assault continues. They're in desperate need of reinforcements. We'll see if the revelation of this gene stealer infestation makes any difference in the game as well. So we're going to turn 3 for the Tyranids next. Right, reinforcements.
Here we go.
Turn effects, come on! No! Yeah. Exocrine. No! Winged Hive Tyrant. No! Morlock. No! Trigons. One Trigon turns out. Oh no, reinforcements not going according to plan here. We'll press on as others troll up for this, the Carnifexes as well. A lot of monsters not turning up here for the Tyranids. That'll give heart to the guard. So, good news and bad news. Bad news is all my Carnifexes didn't arrive. Loads of 4s and 3s, but no 5s required. So, against the odds there, should have had more stuff turn up, but dice rolls failing us at this point. But, having said that, the gap has seriously closed here. Tyranid units really starting to push in deep, even at this end. So, look at the Carnifexes, they're pushing up here. Winged Hive Tyrant breaking in, breaking past the second line we're starting to see with the Tyranids. Do have a Carnifex across here. Where did you overwatch? James overwatched with the Baneblade, and you overwatched against
That Carnifex.
this one here. It's taken damage, but it's still alive. 3 wounds left. Trigon's turned up here. That's one of the reserves that did arrive. Bit of anti-air, bit of aerial combat about to take place. With the Hive Crone's going to go after James's flyer.
So I moved. So 6s don't count as
Auto wins.
born soldiers. Sadly.
Jerry Warriors pushing up. James hasn't gone after the softer stuff as much. So I've got a good number of resources available. Hive Tyrant still alive on this flank and pushing through. Gaunt's making advanced moves, some being slowed down by effects from James's artillery, but they'll still be able to shoot with their assault weapons. A fresh unit of Hormagaunts did roll up for them, so they've headed across in this direction. Other units advanced across this way, so softer stuff for the Tyranids starting to veer off towards James's position on his left-hand flank. 2 Carnifexes breaking through. 1 and 2 heading towards the damaged Baneblade. It could well be in trouble. Hormagaunts going to line up for the charge. James's vehicle's blocking our access to James's softer stuff. Ravener's pushing through. There's another Carnifex has moved up. A regular move, so possible charge if other things get out of the way. The Toxicrane, untouched in this game, is now got its wobbly arms past James's second line. Gaunt's pushing up. Warriors breaking through, crossing the line here and here. Rippers advancing onto the objective. Ravener's pushing through as well. Another unit of Rippers advancing forwards. So there's the line now for the Tyranids, pushing past the second line of the Astra Militarum. A fresh assault with a possible breakout from the abandoned factory as well. So the way we'll play that, it comes down to the charge phase. We'll just roll up dice for each of the units. A 9 will be a successful charge, and you should start to see, depending on the dice rolls, a number of Gene Stealer units starting to break out of that factory. There's also something else there which will reveal, or give you a clue, when we come around to the shooting phase next. All right, so out from behind the chain link fence across there, a strange harpoon shot's going to come out into James's Liam Russ. We'll go after this one across here. So it's 2 shots with this weapon. So we're looking for 2s. And we get 2 hits, of course. The debut here for this particular unit. Toughness on a Russ, please.
He's at 11.
Oh, we're coming in at strength 12. 2 5s, 2 wounds. AP -3. 2 saves of 5+. James hit by some
What is this
newly adapted abomination.
Nope.
Blocks neither. Okay. And the damage is, I wonder how many wounds you've got, because we've caused 12 wounds.
12 wounds.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think so. So, yeah, range 12, 2 attacks, 2s to hit, strength 12, -3, d6 +1 damage, roll 2 5s, that's 10, +2 is 12. James has come around to check the book for this new arrival.
What?
Okay. How many wounds you got?
It was 13.
13, right, 1 wound left there. 12 wounds. What a debut for this new Tyranid unit. Bit shocked, James?
Yeah, I thought it'd be like only like 3 damage or something like that.
Yeah, I rolled well, 2 5s. That's a good debut shot from that thing. Yeah, it's a 12-inch range harpoon weapon, and it says, after the bearer is shot with this weapon, select one enemy monster or vehicle unit hit by one or more of those attacks. You get +2 to your charge roll. So it just it helps us get closer to that target. All right, we'll press on. There's a little bit of firepower here for the tiers, not too much, but we'll run through that, and then we'll go on to the good stuff in the charge phase. So I'm going to do the Hive Crown here. So we'll go anti-flyer. It does say airborne predator, so if we're going after flying targets, +1 to the hit roll. So we'll fire everything into it. So we'll do the draw cannon first of all. So this is 5 auto hits. And we're looking at 5s to win. There's wounds come through, so 1 save of -1.
Valkyrie.
It's going to be a 3-up.
I think it has a 3-up save. I'll double check. It should have a
4-up save.
Save 2+.
What?
Valkyrie has 2+.
It's a 3-up then. I'll go for Stinger Salvos.
2 still failed. Damage.
Damage 1.
So it's got 13.
No wounds.
left.
A lot of wounds on this thing. Okay, so nothing from the Stinger Salvos. Now we'll go for Tentaclids. 4 shots, needing 2s. They've all hit. Nice. Anti-vehicle. 6s are great. Just the 1 goes through, and normal save of 2+. God, firepower is useless. Oh, failed. And that's 2 damage, actually, for Tentaclids.
So 13 down to 11.
Yeah. So a few wounds caused. We've got an opportunity in close combat to do something as well. Alright, so firepower's been resolved. We've seen the ineffectiveness of the Hive Crone. Other firepower across the board. 4 wounds stripped off of this. That came from the Toxicrane. Not too bad from that thing. Some White Shields was slain. That was firepower coming in from the Gaunts. And yeah, 2 las cannons brought down. That was firepower that came in from him with his Stranglethorn cannon. Stranglethorn cannon across here from this Carnifex took out 2 autocannon team members as well. So good shooting from those. We converged Venom cannon, heavy Venom cannon firepower coming from the Carnifexes. The 2 Tyrants, Hive Tyrants, and also the Warriors. And we managed to strip this down to how many wounds left?
5 remaining.
5 remaining. And then Death Spitter shots coming through, stripped a couple of wounds away from the Ogrins. But they're tough as 6 now, so they proved tough enough. That's firepower completed for the Tyranids. A little bit of firepower coming through. We'll go on to their charge phase next. All right, so charges. We'll turn to this building across here. We'll go with the Mystery Monster and we'll roll up for his charge. So he'll go into the target that he's shot at. So it's going to be a 7-inch charge. This to go ahead. James, you can call upon the tower. We sort of set this game up to make James call upon the tap. No, he still says no. Snake Eyes. Uh-oh. Come on, reroll. Come on. 9. Right, even without the harpoon, we would have made it in. Okay, so the charge. We'll go ahead. Okay, so here it comes. See if James... You can do it, James. Something moves. Oh, yes, James, come on. All right, James.
Grapple onto me.
What is it? It's an assimilator. The assimilator's arrived. James, your ratlings, they're...
Oh no!
They're buried under there. Find them, James. Where are they?
They're dead.
No.
Oh,
It's Mary.
I forgot about them.
Oh, you should have taken them. Oh, Mary and Pippin, they're gone. Find them.
I can't see.
There's like a hand sticking out. There's a hand sticking out. I'm over here, Mr. Frodo. They're gone. What happened to them? I saw them fall.
I
hope I haven't damaged my models.
What on earth?
Where are they?
What?
Under the fence. Oh, weird. Nope.
No.
That was a trick. Oh, they're here. They came off the ladder, look. Oh, there they are, look. They're down there. All right, we've found...
Oh, they got chipped!
Oh, yeah, we'll rename him to Chip.
Lead!
Okay, well, sorry about that, James.
No! It's a setup.
All right, so it's the Anorn Assimilator has arrived. He bursts out.
No damage.
The harpoon going into James. Well, James is happy enough. They're still alive. We'll put them back up. But it goes into the back of the Liam Russ. What a way to arrive on the battlefield. And a debut for this unit here. So we'll pull him out of there. I wonder how many other Gene Stealers will pour out. It all depends on the charge roll. They'll be on straight up charge rolls. So there he is.
It's not he, it's an it.
It's an it. So it's the Norn Assimilator. It was good fun to paint. If you like the look of this model and the colour scheme for the reds, I did say I wouldn't abandon this colour scheme. So this model, brand new from Games Workshop, we added in to the red Tyranid collection. You can see a bit of glowing green on this thing. It's the newly adapted monster here to take on the Imperium in future games, and with the updated base and colour scheme as well, which I've used on my revamp for the Tau, which James as of yet has not called upon. If you like the look of this model, there is a full painting tutorial for this on the channel. It should be live at the same time as this battle report. So if you like the look of this colour scheme and you like the look of the basing, then that full painting tutorial is available. But the Norn Assimilator has arrived. It bursts out of the factory here into the back of a Lehman Russ. Okay, so we'll press on with charges across here. I got 6 squads of 10 Gene Stealers about to burst out of there. It's 1,500 points, including the Norn Assimilator, roughly. And there's a Broodlord buried in one of those squads as well. So, the Broodlord squad will go for... Now, we're going to send a regular Gene Stealer squad upstairs. Oh, close. We'll send a second Gene Stealer squad upstairs.
No!
All right, so in there you go. Oh dear. Right, so they go in. Now, everybody, this is not regular 40k. This is a unique scenario, so don't try and do this in your regular games of 40k. So that's 2 done so far. Broodlord squad. Sorry, James. We'll go after the Styges across there with him.
Oh.
Needing a 9. Oh, 10. Oh no, so that one goes ahead. Got 3 squads left. This is going really well. We'll burst out and go after that Liam Russ across there with the next one. Oh, stop it! Another one. Okay, there's 2 left. We'll go for your infantry squad just nestled at the side. No, and the last squad to go after them as well. No, they escape. All right, so we've got 3 Gene Stealer squads making charges into key targets here, bursting forth. This is exactly how we hoped it would go. We'll position these, and we're up for other charges as well. All right, so charges have taken place. Hive Crane is slammed into the side of the flyer. I don't know if we can bring it down. We'll see. The Tau's got a pretty good attack, but the rest is pretty lame or tame. Across here, Carnifexes are trying to get through to the Basilisk, but we can't. The White Shields have blocked the way, so they both had to slam in against that target. Warriors, a good stretch of a charge to take on the White Shields. Commissar and White Shields blocked the way for my Hive Tyrant to get through to here, so we went after the Ogrins instead of made that charge. Winged Hive Tyrant did get into that one. Carnifexes charged both, played a stratagem and dealt out 3 mortal wounds with 6 nice neat 4s for mortal wounds, bringing that Russ down to 10 wounds left. Trigon and Carnifex both failed their charge into Rogal Dawn, so it's not touched here, so it's free and available next turn. We've seen the Norn Simulator go in. Sure, I didn't do his charge. I'll leave him where he is. We'll make decisions with him next turn. Then forgot to charge Ravenous. I've sent them in as well. There's nowhere for him to go. Too much has been blocked. Hormagaunts have gone in against the Baneblade, hoping the 2 Carnifexes will be enough to bring that thing down. And then across here, vehicles being contacted as to how well we can break through the armor left to see. Raveners, warriors across here. So there is contact all the way up across the board here as the Guard try to defend the second line. Hormigaunt sneaking through. A little squad's made it through to James's command team across here. There's the Broodlord and his squad have made it through to James's Styges tank. And then this is the squad that's made it upstairs, bursting through. There's other squads that didn't charge. We've placed them on the board so that James will be able to shoot at them. Inside, we're going to call this as a ruin, so James can fire through at them. But you can see the geniuses sneaking up as much as they can. There's 3 squads available here, and then there's the other squad that burst out and it's gone after the Slim Russ. So all of a sudden, this infestation, I think, is going to make a difference for sure. James will fight doggedly on. If he can repel this and survive this, there could be a chance to drive the Tyranids back, because our reinforcements is next to none coming on at the back. So there is a large gap that's opened up across there. If James can deal with this force, then he could save the day, unless the Tyranids can kick out a ton of damage coming up now in close combat. So, model's been revealed. There it is. The Norn Assimilator. Brilliant model to add to the collection. Here it is. So, we're going to attack you with the monstrous scything talons and also the toxin Jector Harpoon, which is extra attacks.
Just get it done, brother.
Okay. 4 attacks. We'll do the toxin injector first of all. Looking for 2s. Looking for 4s. Strength 12.
Toughness 11.
Oh, 3's to win then. 3 go through. And these are AP minus 3. And the damage is D6 plus 1 again. What? Yes. Yeah. So the damage is... What? This thing's making a mark with its debut. 13 damage. That's enough to take out another Russ. Just the 1 wound remaining. Does it detonate though? No. Right. Target destroys. Only 1 wound to strip away. That's non-assimilator's done its job.
Oh, that was a patron, I think. No?
Nope, just an unnamed tank. Yeah, James says that's the first Liam Rush to go down. We'll now go for some Carnifexes. We'll see what they can do. Regular Carnifex with the extra scything talons. So we're looking at an extra 2. The stat line's all the same. We'll add those in. So 8 attacks, sneaking 4s. We've taken no wounds. There's no extra bonuses going on for us. So those are all hits.
Toughness 13.
1 wound comes through.
AP minus
2.
4 up, because we've got 2 up save.
4 up to block, yeah.
4.
Yeah, we're scratching away, but it's not working. We'll go to the next Carnifex across here. That's just going to be 6 attacks. It's got a Strangleform cannon. It has taken damage and it is below half strength, though. And I gotta kill that Baneblade. We'll play our last CP for reroll hit rolls.
And I spend 2 command points to reduce your damage by 1.
Whoa! 3s. Reroll. Because I'm +1 to hit roll for the crushing stampede.
Armoured might.
5s to wound, 4s to wound with +1. Can't really ask for more. Those have gone through. These are AP minus 2. So 4 saves of 4+. This is a crucial roll.
And it's paid off because that would have saved the tank.
Nice. 4 damage in total, dropping down to 3 left. Next is Hormagaunts. They're going to scratch away. So there's 16. I'm going to do 3 lots of 16. Not all of them can fight. So we're looking at 4s to hit. And just simple 6s. 1, 2. 2 at -1. 2 3 ups. There's a wound, dropping down to 2 wounds left. Oh my god, just clambering away, perhaps finding gaps that have already been ripped open in the armour.
If it hadn't been for that strategy, he would have died.
Keep going, James. Sixes. Oh, there's another 2. 2 saves of 3+. This great noble tank hangs on a knife edge. Another wound taken, dropping down to 1 wound left. 4s. James knows the importance of keeping that thing alive to maintain the line. This is the last throw here from the Hormagaunts. None. 1 wound left. Baneblade survives. Imagine if that thing is removed, but it's not. Val and Field Marshal Robert holding the line here, barely, just with a single wound left on that great noble
It's 'cause
steel
of-
Behemoth.
It's because of
Your
armoured
stratagem,
might.
armoured might, kept him alive.
Target vehicle from units from your army that is
Oh,
selected
no.
as a target, one or more of the attacking units. Until the end of the phase, each time an attack is allocated to your unit, subtract.
Shooting phase, James
Yeah,
just double checked.
shooting phase.
Oh no, so it is gone.
So I'll take my 2 CP back, so I'm back up to 4.
Oh no.
So good job I double checked. You always double check the rules.
Otherwise, you'll get hatred in the comments section below.
Here we go. Does it detonate, James?
If it does detonate, it's D6 plus 2 mortal wounds.
No. It's all right. Remove it from play. A noble steel Behemoth. A Bane Blade has been destroyed. It's taken a lot of effort to do it, but it is gone. So James is talking fluff and lore here. Is this is reminiscent of the first contact with the Tyranids at Tyran,
Yeah, it's definitely first contact with that thing.
where the Astra Militarum and the Adeptus Mechanicus were defending a planet. You can read about it. I've been reading about it in the Tyranids Codex, and they were holding a line just like this. The Tyranids were repulsed over and over and over again. They landed in the sea first, and then they came up out of the sea. They destroyed all the sea creatures and the monsters, and then they poured out onto the beaches, and then up against the Imperial defences, which were very formidable. They held out really, really well, but gradually over time, the Tyranids ground down different defence lasers and turrets. It was a war of attrition. Different defensive systems were brought down, and the Tyranids just overwhelmed their foe. And Genocide infestation that happened in the campaign as well. It's the classic Tyranid style. So we have replicated, apart from the possibility of the tower turning up. Other than that, this is just like the battle for Tyran here, as the Tyranids seek to break the Imperial defences. Just a classic one here. So as much as this hurts James, he does see the realism of such a thing. Correct?
Yeah.
The guns fall silent, and so does James. Doesn't happen very often. Earth to, or not, so, Tau to Commander James. Do you require assistance or not? Our phone lines are always open.
Get lost.
Yeah, he still won't call upon the tower. You might. I will make you call upon the
I don't
tower.
care.
You will.
Execute me.
He will not do it, even if a commissar threatens
No!
execution.
I will not yield! Hatal fish freaks.
Fish fakes.
Fish freaks.
Okay, he's not going to do it. Right, we'll try and now break your army in two, just like your planet. Ha! We'll try and break this vehicle here, and then that means that James, this sector will be severed away from the main battle line. Oh dear, it's descending into madness here. So we're looking at the Brood Lord. He's leading a unit, so we're looking at 2s to hit with his claws and talons. So they've all hit. And then we're looking at 5s to wound. Just the one comes through, and it's AP -2.
Just the one.
Yep, 4 up.
Nope.
Okay, 2 damage taken.
From that.
Yeah, I think it's going to survive here. We've got 10 Genocides
I
next.
did check the roster earlier on. It has 13 wounds.
Okay, dropping down to 11. Okay, Genocides, squad of 10. It's going to be 40 attacks with their claws and talons. There's nothing special going on here. We're just re-rolling ones. Hitting on 2s though. Wow. So re-rolling 1s, hitting on 2s.
There's another one there.
Thank you. It's all hit. This is half the attacks. 6s to wound though. Oh, there's some. These are AP -2. Yeah, there's a lot of 6s in there.
Rending claws.
6.
6.
Back in the day, yeah, rending, they used to scythe through
So they
armour.
got rid of the AP and got no attempt, which is a good move.
You're okay.
I've
You,
got 2 up armour.
do you?
Yeah.
Okay, just 2 failed then.
2 failed. So
Take
down
survival.
to 9 relief.
We'll go again. Reroll our 1s. So 39 out of 40 hits. They strike their target, but they struggle against vehicles. And there's another 3 saves of 4+.
Of 3+.
And -2.
Oh, on the rending. Yeah.
No, it's not rending. It's just straight up -2
Straight
now.
up.
Yeah, there's nothing extra going on with these.
It's down to 7.
7 wounds left, but it survives. Just pressing on my close combat here. 18 saves of 3+. Ah, superb job. That's incredible, except 1. God, that came from the Ravelers. Mighty impressive. So Ravelers now, With Ravener Claws and Talons. They're amazing. There's 7 attacks each. Strength 5, AP -1. They're
7?
Yeah. And they're twin linked as well. So you're rerolling your wounds. That's why I was able to get so many wounds against that Liam Ross across there. But it's only AP -1. James was able to roll very, very well with his armour save.
12.
So 12 wounds left. That tank's in brilliant condition. We'll press on. It's Warriors fighting across here as well. Alright, so combat's resolved across the board. Stygies down to 7. Liam Russes remain standing, struggling to get our wounds coming through. Raveners were meant to be on 6s to wound, not 5s, because we're strength 5, James is toughness 11, so we took that wound away. The Warriors across here did okay. They caused some wounds again, their weapons being twin linked, and James down to 7 wounds, but again, that Russ remains alive. Warriors doing next to nothing against that Russ there in the middle. James fighting back as well, causing a couple of wounds and casualties, but not too much. The guardsmen on top of the building were wiped out by the Geniuses. That was a foregone conclusion that they would be taken down. That's the squad across here. So there's a Geniuses squad right in the middle of James's HQ. Again, Winged Hive Tyrant struggled to bring this thing down. It struggled a lot. We only managed to kill 1 of the Ogryns with the Hive Tyrant. Then across here, just 3 guardsmen slain with the crushing claws. Their attacks geared up more for anti-armor, so it's an excellent move. Them blocking the Carnifex advance, and James even stabbed and caused a wound on one of the Carnifexes. And across here again, Carnifex struggling to break the armor of the Liam Russ, down to 10 wounds left on that thing. So despite the earth-shattering assault across here, despite contact being made across the board from one end to the other with Tyranid monsters, James has managed to preserve much of his force here. James is sitting at the side having a flick through the new Tyranids Codex. You want to collect, James?
I already painted 1.
Oh yes, he did paint a Carnifex years ago. Where is it? Oh, there it is, still alive. Yeah, James painted that one. So he can paint Xenos when he puts his mind to it. So we're going to hand over to James's turn 3. Now, we've been discussing the game. I failed to bring on a lot of reserves. So there is a gap running all the way along our back line. So really, it's like a wave has come through, like a natural break. If James can dish out a ton of damage, he could well hold the line. There's the Gene Stealer infestation to deal with. That's a problem. There's the new Norn Assimilator, although it doesn't carry an invulnerable save, so James can bear that in mind. There's no invulnerable save to fall back on. There are monsters still on the board, Carnifexes, but they're damaged, some of them. 2 wounds left on that one, 3 wounds left on that one, 6 wounds left on that one. If James can coordinate another round of decent firepower, then he could repulse this Tyranid attack, despite all that's happened so far in this battle. We're going to turn 3 now for the Astra Militarum. James is on command phase here. We're going to let him roll up for some reinforcements. I think much of his army is going to remain stationary to do with the Big Guns Never Tire rule for 10th edition. A little bit of a mind shift going on compared to 9th. So,
Shock Troopers that just died on the top there?
yes.
No.
And who is it, your patrons, that was slain?
It was Sergeant Donald Hammer and
Jacob
Ryan
Tucker.
Woolley
Ryan Woolley.
and Matthew Reck.
They're all slain on top there. The Gene Stealers overwhelmed them within a heartbeat. Right, James. Baneblade.
Beanblade!
No room.
No room.
There's no room. Well, you could turn up on a flank, I suppose.
1.
One. Definitely not turning up.
Basilisk. No.
No.
Liam Russ.
He's just rolling over the other side of the
No.
board. No. And a Chimera.
No.
No. No reinforcements for James. I have to fight what he has.
Hold on a second.
No. He's just rolled up for White Shields. No. So, monster vehicle units are eligible to shoot in their control and player shooting phase, even whilst they're engaged at range of one or more enemy units. James may well just stay in close combat and just shoot.
Yep.
Range weapons equipped monster vehicle units can target one or more enemy units they are within engagement range of, even if other friendly units are also in engagement range of the same enemy unit. Each time monster vehicle model makes a ranged attack, if that unit is within engagement range of one or more enemy units, it's selected targets. It's -1 to the hit rolls. You can select an enemy monster or vehicle unit within engagement range of one or more units from your army as the target of ranged weapons. Each time model from your army makes a ranged attack against such a target, unless that attack is made with a pistol, it's -1 to hit rolls. You can shoot whilst in close combat, but it's -1 to hit. So James, every incentive just
so
to
I can shoot with the tank, for example, in there.
into that. That's what we're checking. Yeah, you might be able to. Yeah, because we think you can. Monsters and vehicles can shoot and be shot at, even whilst they engage at range of enemy units. So James can use his vehicles to fire out of close combat. He can also use friendly support to fire into close combat. So, for example, the Rogue or Dawn could put its melter shots into this Carnifex. So James's line of steel across here, the vehicles can work together as one to hold the line and to gun down these Tyranid monsters. If James does this effectively, he could rescue the dire situation without the help of the tower. And once again, it's your reinforcement step. Do you want the tower to intervene?
No.
He's still refusing. I can't break him.
I do not want the tower to steal my glory. I want the glory. I don't care. I'm an arrogant Imperial Guardsman. I'm a zealot for the Emperor. I don't want any Xenos to interfere.
Nope.
My glory, my battle, my choice. Don't like it, tough.
Right. A message loud and clear sent down the communication lines to the tower.
Do you hear me, Xenos? It's not yours today. It's all about me.
Okay. Oh dear. Arrogance is a virtue? I'm not so sure here. But we'll see. James will stand and attempt to hold the line for another turn. We'll see what he can do. An order granted across here to pull out a close combat and still be able to shoot. I think we're pretty much done for movement here. Even the infantry remain stationary just to get the maximum benefits they can as they seek to drive the Xenos back from whence they came. Okay, firepower is available. Let's go.
Destroyer.
Yeah.
What's your invuln?
No invuln.
Oh.
That's the thing. It's high damage, but by the way, there's 2 Phoenix Swords that we left out. They've now been allocated. This was the plan. So it's the Chris Comiskey assimilator, or the Comiskalator, we've called it. And it's
about to be annihilated.
I know. And then the Broodlord is Nate Miller here for this game. So the Broodlord spearheading this subterranean assault.
Saiji's Tank Hunter.
4s, 2 shots.
4s, 2 shots. Heavy. 3s.
Moved.
I moved.
4s.
Oh, that's a drop die. Oh,
He's dropped his dice.
drop my dice.
If he can coordinate this firepower well, he could salvage the situation. James has preserved a lot of guns here.
That's a cock die. I've missed one. Yes!
No! Done it.
Toughness.
Right, yeah. It's toughness 11.
I'm going to re-roll for a CP.
Hit roll.
The hit roll.
That's desperation, James.
Yeah.
Oh!
4 command points.
Down to 4 CP. If James can get 2 wounds, then we could have eruptions of glory.
If it was against vehicles, I'll be re-rolling wound rolls.
Right, yes. Monsters, gotcha.
1 wound.
One goes through. AP minus?
AP minus 4.
Yeah, what? 6 to block. Done it. No damage coming through. You'll have to do better than that. James turns to the Rogue or Dawn. All the multi-melters and melter guns to go into the non-assimilator, plus the main gun as well.
Time to melt some niddies!
Go.
Melt! Stood still. Auto wound.
And a hit.
A hit.
Okay.
2 hits as well.
Go.
Failed to wound.
Wounds. Okay, and I'll try and block this one. Are you
your
minus
armor save?
3? I'm on 2 up.
Minus 4.
Minus 4. Let's go through. Well done.
D6.
Okay, D6 damage.
2
And the
damage.
first of the wounds come through. How many wounds does it have? It's a 16 wound model, so it drops to 14. Non-assimilator's tough enough. You can get an invuln. If you go for the non-emissary, which I think it just does less damage. I like the harpoon things on this.
Throat version of Hive Tyrant.
Yeah, I like the look of the assimilator. That's the one I've gone for. But the downside is it comes with no invulnerable save. Drop it down to 14 wounds left. Still in pretty good shape.
Coaxial Octocannon.
Yep, 2 shots.
1 hit. Strength 9. Wounded. AP minus 1.
3 up. Passed. And now the main gun.
The Oppressor Cannon. 4 plus 3 is 7.
Rogue Dawn's had a good game.
It has.
It's done well. Has it taken any damage yet?
Nope. It's got 4 up invuln as well.
What?
because of the regimental engines here.
And
I've blessed it.
And ablative plating.
And ablative plating. So if you go 6 damage, I just go ting.
Ting.
1 auto wound. And
3s.
2 hits. 3 hits.
You're on 3s too, your heavy weapon. Didn't move.
No, it's not heavy. It's blast.
Was it really? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's blast weapon.
Okay.
Oppressor cannon is blast.
Okay.
Strength 12.
3s to wound, just strong enough.
I need 2.
2 go through. Minus?
2.
2 up. 3 up, 4 up. Blocked 1, 1 goes through.
3 damage.
3 more wounds taken, dropping down to 11. Still very much alive. All right, General Atkins in his second tank will now fire. It's all been allocated. 3 Genestealers slain, by the way. That was Dakar firepower coming from the Rogal Dawn, firing into close combat, trying to clear the tanks of these attacking Tyranid infantry units. So, the belly gun and the main gun and the coaxial autocannon's going to go into the Norn Assimilator.
I'm going to do a stubber quickly from the Bane Blade. Into the Genestealers.
5s, I think.
5 to hit. I stood still, so 2 auto wounds. That's it.
Nice. Slain another one. 2 wounds a time now. Oh, he loves Dakar in them. Yeah, it's something satisfying about clearing vehicles of Genestealers. 60 Genestealers to get through. James has killed 4. We're now looking at laser cannon shots. James has declared all 4 into this Carnifex to bring it down. Killing monsters is the aim of the game. If James can do it, he might be able to clear his lines here.
1 hit. 1 wound. AP minus 3.
Not blocked.
D6 plus 1 damage.
Just don't roll a 1.
6!
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Deadly demise.
None. Not a single one this game. Carnifex gone. Well done.
Good shooting, Specialist Guardsman.
Right, now...
Charge up the power cells. Give him another round.
Fire.
Coaxial autocannon.
1 hit.
Just going into the Norn Assimilator.
Failed.
No wound. Right, the main... The belly gun. Demolisher cannon.
Engage and demolish a cannon. D6 plus 3 shots into the Carnifex.
Sorry, mix up. James is putting the belly gun into this. The main gun's going into the Norn Assimilator. So trying to clear another Carnifex.
D6 plus 1. 6 shots. Sorry, D6 plus 3 is
6 shots. You need 6s, James. 6s are great.
5s and 6s. 6s are really good.
We got that 2 6s. And another hit.
Oh, come on.
Another wound. AP minus 3.
5s. Oh, we blocked 2. Damage 3.
D6.
D6. Need 6. Oh, 5. Well done. Splat. Down to 1 wound left. Okay, and then now the main gun into the Norn Assimilator. Turn your turret.
Fire in the round. Fire!
3d6 shots. 11 shots. Come on, James. A heap of 6s. Everyone's rooting for you.
Everyone except for a towel. Fresh freak.
Tower on the sidelines, James. They would cheer for you if only you accepted their invitation.
An auto wound. And 4 more hits.
Hitting on 4s, not 3s.
No, it's not heavy. Blast. Strength is 12.
Toughness 11, so 4 wounds in total.
4 wounds. AP minus 2.
Let's see, 4 ups. Block them all except 1.
3 damage.
Wow, we're surviving. 3 damage. Okay, dropping down to 8 wounds left. It's taking damage. It's a fair bit of effort, though, to bring it down. Non-assimilator is tough enough. Right, Macarius Vanquisher. The Dakar's going to be allocated, but this is the main thing is the main gun. James wants to take on the Dragon.
So,
1 shot.
it's against a vehicle and a monster.
So reroll and hit roll.
Reroll on the hit roll, need a 3 plus, stood still, heavy.
Come on, James.
Hit.
Hit.
Strength 18.
3s to wound.
Wounded. AP minus 4.
Straight through.
D6 plus 6 damage. you know what?
Oh, he's annoyed.
No.
Something's
I need
annoyed him.
glory. Give me that green glory dice.
He's gone for his Cadian dice.
Astra Militarum symbol.
You can never
Coming.
never one shot, one kill.
Never.
Oh!
Come on,
9
man.
damage.
Come on, reroll.
I can't.
Okay, 9 damage though. Good shooting. It's a 14 model anyway, so it drops to 5, but significant damage coming through against that monster. Okay, that's firepower done for the big stuff. We'll press on here. Lots of guns though to come. Liam Russ is all available here. Right, so we're pressing through shooting phase across here. It's been particularly successful. So Liam Russ's, with the combination of battle cannons, heavy bolters and las cannons, have really dealt harshly with the Tyranid warriors and raveners. There's our dead part across there. So clearing tanks entirely. A few casualties coming through here from the white shields. Infantry squad support coming through, going into warriors as well. This Ravener squad here, it's taken half casualties now. This is firepower coming from the Russes. Supporting firepower coming from these bunkers as well with their weaponry. Plasma Obliterators just fired into the Trigon and knocked it down to 2 wounds left.
Didn't get hot.
So James is able to pick a target because you've got people inside to direct the firepower. Gene Stealers up here are taking 4 casualties. That's combined firepower from multiple units. The Broodlord and his squad's been hit very, very hard indeed. Heavy Bolters, the perfect unit type to take them on with their 2 damage coming through. Heavy Bolter support coming from the Hydra as well, which then kicked out 3 wounds against the Hive Crane across the other side of the ball. Brilliant anti-aircraft option available there. But James looking particularly comfortable in this left-hand sector. Very secure indeed. Very encouraging on this side. Tyranids don't have much left in this sector at all. It's been very disciplined, well-organised firepower from the guy. They haven't budged, and they really pinned down this position very well. Roll separately. This is 2 Patreons. Phil Marshall inside the bunker.
No, one's anonymous. One is Phil Marshall.
Okay. They've each supercharged and taken out 2 Gene Stealers.
That was from here.
It's brilliant, James. Really good.
Don't roll a 1.
Yeah.
This is for Phil Marshall. He survived.
Okay. And Anonymous?
And Anonymous, he survived as well.
Good gunnery. Well done.
Destroyed, yeah.
Oh, he's actually wiped out the unit. Good shooting guard as the unit of Gene Stealers cleared away. Well done. And please note, we reckon Gene Stealers, once they're out of that infestation, they'll just come back on this edge here. So once James clears them, they'll be forced to come back on as reinforcements at the far side of the table. Ratlings, what a revenge from them. There's 1 wound left on this Carnifex, and they got a mortal wound coming through. Where are the Ratlings? Here they are. There they are.
Yeah. Artillery support.
Blighters. They've taken out that Carnifex. James used artillery to try and pummel the Tyranid infantry. Right, firepower has continued. Basilisks firing into that close combat there with the Hive Tyrant, stripping off a couple more wounds. It's down to 4, but it still remains alive. 2 wounds from Heavy Bolters stripped off on the Carnifex across here. Trigon's been brought down, and so too has the non-assimilator. That was Heavy Bolters coming through from this Liam Russ across here. The other firepower wasn't even needed. It was 3 unsaved rolls, unsaved.
1s and 2s.
The 1s and 2s are rolled, yeah, and damage 2 each time. So 3 Heavy Bolter wounds, taking down the non-assimilator that has been destroyed. Firepower has been complete. All the Tyranid monsters have been removed, but a chunk of them has, and the assimilator's gone. We'll go on to charges next, if James has any.
Yes.
So, non-assimilator's gone. Fantastic model from Games Workshop. It's been a joy to paint. Took about, I would say about 6 hours. But I'm hoping to revamp the Red Tyranids to come up with a 2K list for them. Obviously, this thing to lead the way, I think, with the focus on monsters, but there it is. You could fight alongside the Swarmlord. They could work together. Yeah, okay, so keep a lookout for a future list with the Red Tyranids. So off he goes. He could come back, have to walk on the edge of the board. We'll go on to charges. James says he has a tank shock. Oh, Basilisk. Could have gone into the Winged Hive Tyrant. Interesting.
As well.
Right, so for resolved combats, there's been a tank shock as well. Just the one white shield killed across here. Really bogged down against those. Across here, it's Hive Tyrant hacking his way through the Ogrins. Just the one bonehead left. He's chopped the rest of them down. No damage in return. Winged Hive Tyrant rolled well. James found 3 saves. So the Basilisk destroyed by the Winged Hive Tyrant. So going okay across here. But look, emptiness here for the Tyranids. And James preserving this bastion here. It's not been breached yet by the Tyranids. Then across here, Ravenous causing no damage against the Russ, and James's tank shock causing a couple of mortal wounds, bringing one of those models down. Ravenous again bouncing off the armour of this Russ across here, and that is combats resolved across the board. Right, so turn comes to an end. How long have we been playing now, James? About a day and a half, 12 hours? We've been playing this one. Oh dear. It's been epic though. It's been glorious to see a full length defensive line here, and to see how well the Guard have coped with the Tyranids. So what we're going to do, time constraints on us here, so we're going to play one more turn. It's a final chance for the Tyranids, a final chance for James to repulse them, and a final chance for him to call upon the tower. I don't think he's going to do it. So we'll roll up reinforcements, we'll push on, and we'll play turn 4, which is pretty good for Apocalypse of this size, and then we'll leave the rest to your imagination whether the Guard would hold the line here or not. So we'll go on to turn 4 for the Tyranids, the last turn for them as they go for the grab against these objectives. There's a number that they're on that are close enough. We could try and clear line number 2, try and go for like a stalemate in this fight. We'll see. We'll go on to their 4th turn next. Alright, so movement for the Tyranids here on their turn 4. Mixed results for reinforcements. Again, couldn't get those turn effects onto the board. Fouled both of those. Only got one Carnifex onto the table, which has turned up here. Exocrine's turned up though. An advanced move made, moves 10 plus a d6, so the assimilator has arrived. A second one's turned up and has gone on moving up here. Big Mama's turned up. Squad of 20 Gaunts. No Hormogaunts, fouled with those. No Ravenous squads available. Had squads of Geniuses coming on for reserve, failed to bring those on. Brought on a Ripper squad. Winged Hive Tyrants turned up as well. So not too bad. Morlock, we've got to resolve the damage of that in just a moment. And then there was also, Trigon across here turned up as well. So all of a sudden, Tyranids have brought on a good number of monsters. But there is that gap in between. But whether we're able to pin down the Guard, you can see a lot of Tyranid stuff really starting to make deep progress into James's lines. So Ripper squads converging like by instinct, going onto these objectives, trying to flood them out. Hormogaunts that had shifted across to the right, continuing to press forwards in this direction. Rippers or Raveners, and then also the Carnifex ready to go. These Hormogaunts flooding up, trying to break into the bastion up here. Bursting out of the factory comes a fresh squad of Geniuses. The damage squad of the Broodlords moved up in this direction. Another assault coming up the ramparts here. Carnifex moving through to take on the Destroyers. The Tyranids are really breaking through now. A fresh squad of Geniuses pushing through to take on what's left up here. We've emptied out the factory, there's none left, so everything we have is out. The damage squad going to take on the HQs and the missile team, and then Tyranids starting to break through here to take out this infantry squad. And that's all of them that are available deployed. And then across here, Tyranid Warriors pushing through. I think the Winged Hive Tyrant's going to go after the artillery. The Carnifex is locked down in that close combat. So too is the Hive Tyrant fighting away against the Bonehead, who nobly stands against him. Tyranid Warriors pushing forwards, and Gaunts pushing forwards as well, and that's it. So that's movement done for the Tyranids. We'll resolve the Morlock mortal wounds coming through, and then push on to shooting phase. Judging from what I can see, it looks like the Tyranids may well cut through the Astra Militarum at this point, that this Genocide infestation will be a success. And then I'm projecting that James is going to hold his bastion as well. This one on his right and the one on the left looks strong enough with a wall of Russes and other tanks in support to protect. We'll see what kind of damage the Tyranids can do here. Pretty impressive with the mortal wounds. 3 caused on the Rogaldorn, much to James's disgust. 3 caused on that Russ. 2 caused on the Chimera, and then 2 caused across here, just the one we left on the Russ there in close combat against the Raveners. We'll press on to shooting phase next. Alright, so shooting phase resolved here. Bit of small arms firepower, took out a couple of conscripts over on this flank. That's about it for firepower across here. The Russ was destroyed, firing into close combat. Tentaclids firing down, no damage from the other weapons coming through against this thing. But Tentaclids did their job. 2 damage coming through, just 1 wound left as an unsaved saving throw. Then couldn't shoot with him. Firepower combining from here, here, and here. And also from the Warriors took out the Chimera. So Tyranids ganging up, just trying to overwhelm targets. And then across here, Carnifexes, the Winged Hive Tyrant, and the Warriors firing through to destroy the last of the Basilisks as well. So that's been removed from play. This has opened this sector up here for the Tyranids to try and assault dead ahead. That's shooting done. Sensing the Tyranids may be tipping this game in their favour. Going to charges next, they could cause some havoc. Alright, so charges have taken place. The most dangerous spot is in the middle there. Gene Stealers, it's just such a nasty thing to have to deal with. It's not something you choose, but it's something that would happen, isn't it? It's just the way Tyranid invasions were. They were brutal with the way they assaulted the Imperial lines. Winged Hive Tyrants have gone against the Macarius Vanquisher. Tyranids starting to push in against the backline units now. Remaining close combat across here. No charges from these, but they're clustering onto the objective quite strongly, and James doesn't really now have the resources to clear the Tyranids away. This is why we think the Tyranids may have this game potentially. Warriors have made it up on top with lots of attacks coming from those against the regular guardsmen manning the third line. Gene Stealers will cover their charges in just a moment. Again, not many charges occurring from here, but Tyranids clustering around this objective. It's well and truly theirs. Where's the... Oh, it's in here. Look at this. The other objectives in there. I think the Tyranids are going to claim that one. Big long charge across here. Hormagaunts now onto the third line up on this bastion. No charge. Did get a charge here on a command reroll into the rust. Don't know how much damage that we can do. Gaunts going in. Rippers in close combat already. Charged him with this Carnifex. The other Carnifex caused 4 mortal wounds on the charge with the use of the stratagem from this detachment. Gene Stealers have gone in as well. Broodlord and Gene Stealers have gone in here as well. So we've now got a proper assault on this bastion. And there's the Gene Stealers charging in here, charging in here, charging in against this unit as well. So this central building proving to be a nightmare for the guard. And then the Spaghetti Monster. All the monsters on the board. It's him that finally gets to go in against the Rogal Dawn. And then Gaunt units charging in against the tanks as well. That's charges complete. There you can see the warriors going in against the guardsmen on top. Go on to combat resolution next. Right, so combat's resolved across the board. James got a 4+ invulnerable save. That came from the Psyker, so limiting casualties coming through. About 6 casualties caused by the warriors, but holding the wall and then fighting back. James picked off one of the warriors with the bayonet. Completely bounced off the Macarius Vanquisher. That was with the Winged Hive Tyrant. Killed 3 guardsmen down here, but still bogged down by those over on that flank. Across here, Toxicrane bounced off the Rogal Dawn. 0 damage coming through against that vehicle. Across here, 0 damage coming through against the Valkyrie. That was from the Hive Crone. And then across here, really good rolling. No, actually, there's 4 wounds that came through, which was good enough, and then 4 failed saves, so 12 damage in total coming through from the Trigon on this flank, so really hurting this Leman Russ. Guardsmen being slain, James having to take from this end, heading back across in this direction. Lost 4 Hormagaunts, I think it was. This is the casualty pile across here. So that's the Hormagaunts. That's the damage against the squad. Coming through against here. Broodlord smashed his way through the Gene Stealers, destroying the heavy bolter teams. There's a bit of a break-in now happening across here. Tank Destroyer was overwhelmed and destroyed. Tyranids have broken right through now across in this direction, destroying all of the Astra Militarum units on top of the buildings. They've been wiped out entirely. So this entire sector now is lost. The Tyranids have well and truly cut the line for the Astra Militarum in 2. They destroyed this squad across here, so further casualties coming through. So that's the end of the turn. We reckon the end of the game here. We're going to call it at this point. We'll leave it to your imagination what happens next. But if you read the background story and the history in the Tyranids Codex about First Contact and the fall of Tyranid, you'll see that the Guard and the Adeptus Mechanicus put on a noble effort, a noble fight against the Tyranids, but eventually they were overwhelmed, and that was one of the first planets to fall to the advancing Tyranids. So we've tried to reflect that here in this game. Well done, James. You didn't call upon the Tau. The offer was there. James, point blank, refused. That is die-hard resolution from the Astra Militarum. Well done, James.
Yeah!
He fought with no help, no assistance, just pure Astra Militarum against the Tyranid incursion. So you can imagine the sectors pushing for miles in different directions. In this particular area, a small story has been told. Tyranids have pushed forwards, breaking past the first line of defence, which had already been broken after constant attack. And then the second line did fall. Tyranids capturing objectives across here, comfortably on this one across here. Then starting to break through into the third battle line. We say James would go on to hold that one on the left-hand side, or his left-hand side, or hold the one on the right-hand side, but the objective in the middle, because of the gene steal infestation, would fall. So points-wise, the Tyranids would win. There is a gap now. Astra Militarum forces have been severed from here. From here, your reinforcements can't come on either. So we've almost blocked the entry point for tanks. We have, look. You can't get through there. And you can't get through there either. So the vehicles can't come back on. So what would you do? Retreat? Fall back to the city. We'll leave it to your imagination here, but this has been a classic. It's good to see Tyranids back with the new codex and the Northern Assimilator. There he is. There's another one. Where there's one, there's more. When you face the Tyranids with Northern Assimilator, one of the new models from Games Workshop. Plan to split them up. So you've seen this one painted for the Reds. I've got other units, the new stuff coming for the High Fleet Leviathan Army as well. So, silver level Patreons, big thanks to them for their support. They get a name shout at the end of all of our games. That's Jason Martinez, Marcus Olsen, Ross Cooper, William Schwaz, Zachary Lee, Zachary Lyons. Big thanks to them for their support. Do check out James's channel for Astra Militarum and Ultramarines themed battle reports. He has plenty of visitors on his channel. So there's a nice variety of games on there.
Coming up to 7,000 subs.
Yeah, it'd be great to see James. He's doing well. The subs are coming in, so do subscribe and follow at James.
And if I get 10,000 subscribers, I will do an apocalypse.
Oh, right. Okay, cool. So James will do his own apocalypse on his own channel.
As a celebrationary way to glorify the army group.
For more glory. Okay, and then these videos, especially Apocalypse, a fair bit of effort goes into them. If you've enjoyed the game, then do hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel.
And share it!
And it's a massive help. Yes. So that's the battle. Astra Militarum versus Tyranids. Always a classic. I think the Tyranids needed a win. It's been a while. They've taken a battering in multiple games.
In Astra Militarum Apocalypse games, they usually win. But
in
this case, they got overwhelmed, which is what happened.
But it was something dastardly. We've tried to reflect what happens in the fluff. If you read the background story, you'll see that Tyranids first infiltrate the planet they plan to invade with things like gene stealers and lictors, which then break out and help with the full frontal assault, which is exactly what we've seen in this game. The Tyranids are victorious. James's Astra Militarum, though, they can reverse out of this one with pride. They've held the line. They've not accepted any help from anybody. Defiance to the end from the Astra Militarum, so well done to them. Great game. Thanks for watching. And tune in. Oh! Units of the game, of course, yes. Okay, well, think about this one.
Baneblades were very good.
Okay, honourable mention to the Baneblades, the heavy weapons teams. James is going to give it to the Rogal Dawn. Definitely honourable. You're going to give it to this?
Yeah.
Okay. Survive well.
Yeah.
I'm
a lot
just looking. It's, other than the flyer, it's the furthest ahead of all your units on the board. Hoorah. So yeah, James is going to give it to the Rogal Dawn. Another honourable mention, though, to the Styges tank destroyer across there. Superb.
Honourable mention to the Lean Rust that squished one of the Raveners.
Oh, great.
I thought I'd try it as stratagem. It was quite funny.
Okay. And then for the Tyranids, we're going to give it to Gene Stealers.
Yeah.
They just chewed. And as far as infantry are concerned, they chewed through whatever they touched was destroyed by them. That's units of the game for both sides. Thanks for watching. Keep a lookout for more Apocalypse battles on the channel. And tune in next time.